All right. Hold up. Hold up. Whew. Yeah. What is good, everybody? It came in the building, everybody. What's good? All right. I had to catch my breath. I was running upstairs, downstairs. All right. Listen, I got a couple of videos I want to review, interviews, I should say. And I got quite a bit of boxing to talk about. Salute to everybody that came in the building. I'm going to try to be more consistent now that I got what I needed to get done. I've been working towards this for months. I finally got it done. I feel great about it. I'm still settling in, but yeah, like I should have a little bit more time to at least be here every Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I need a new device to make videos on because my phone just ain't working no more. Like I can't make videos on no app. Everything's too full. It's really irritating. But we're going to get to it. Salute to all things that came in the building first. Salute, salute, salute. What is good with you, boxing and barbecue? What is popping with you? And Bruce Gas, what is good with you, young man? Boxing, jazz, and more. What's popping with you? Listen, let's just get on to these videos because it's a few videos I wanna review before I actually get to talking about some real boxing talk for real. But these interviews that's been rocking off, man. And I'm gonna start with my guy Tito, because of course he be talking real greasy. So I'm gonna start here.
For doing the same shit he do, but he claimed he like some hot shit. So, like I said, long as on the contract we put that he don't got, long as the guppies, none of that shit over there bothers him the next day, he shows up to fight, I want to make sure I get paid regardless.
That's you don't think he's that good? You don't think he's that good?
Hell no. He's probably the worst one there. He's the worst one that runs his mouth. He's the worst one. I don't think nothing of him. Any of those fights that he's trying to make, I wouldn't be surprised he loses his next fight, to be honest with you. And I don't even know the dude like that too much, but I know he puts pressure, I think. So I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah.
Okay. So all right, if you had it your way, I believe the WBO is where you're ranked the highest, if I'm not mistaken. But if you had it your way, what champion would you get first at 140?
Well, obviously, for sure, whoever gives me the opportunity first, right? But obviously, WBO and IBF is the ones I'm ranked on. So IBF, obviously, I know Delgado and what's his name fighting for it? Arthur something. I know they're fighting for the vacant belt. So, I mean, like I said, any of those guys, whether I gotta get eliminated with fucking give me a Emiliano Vargas, I think he's ass. I'll go whoop his ass and then go take the belt from Tupor. I guarantee though he vacated though. Now he was Zuffa. I guarantee.
Now this is crazy, yo. This is crazy. A couple of weeks ago, I said I was looking at the rankings. Well, at least in that as far as that sanctioned body goes. And he was really close to Emilio Vargas. I think that would be a highly watched fight since both of them are power punchers that come forward. And I think that should, but I really I didn't think that he would look at Emiliano Vargas and say that he's ass. Like I would have never thought Tito would have said that shit. And since he said it, hopefully it gets back to Vargas and he says something back and we make this fight. This would be Vargas, in my opinion, would be the best name on young talented up and coming name on Tito's resume, regardless of what he want to say about all these fighters that he about to talk about, because he about to talk mad spicy. But make that fight, please.
He don't want to fight me, but like I said,
if you was the mandatory,
he won't fight me. He'd rather fight dudes like Conor.
He's talking about Shakur Stevenson vacating if he was the mandatory to fight or made him fight or whatever. That's who he's talking about right now. Salute to Lee Jackson in the building. What is good with you, sir? Definitely appreciate you coming through.
He knows he go there and just slap up, make a little good payday, and call it a wrap.
Hold up,
You think
I
he-
like. You know what? I never thought about you and Emiliano Vargas either, though. That's kind of interesting. You and Vargas. What you think about him? You think Vargas got something?
I think as far as like a whole marketing and everything, the way they're building him, I think they're doing a great job. As a fighter, I don't really see like that. I don't know. The last dude he fought, I thought he was ass, and he landed some shots on him. I know once I land those shots on my
He got some power too, Tito. He got
Nah,
some
I
power.
ain't got no power. Hey, what happened with the last time Vargas fought a Tito though? What happened? You tell me. You was on his ass though, right? Hey, this shit ain't the same. This shit ain't the same once you feel this shit. So I'm not worried about it. But I'll be down to do eliminator right the next fight after this. Let's go for score. Because I know he's ranked number 1. I think I'm like number 4 in the WBO. So let's make something happen.
Hold on, let me look up the rankings real quick. You at IBF is your highest ranking?
IBF I'm like 5, and then WBO I'm 4. Something like that.
You 4. Oh, hold on. I'm pulling up the rankings right now because I got to see where you at real quick. You, all right, 140 WBO. Yeah, you number 4 in the WBO. Let me see. I don't even see you at the WBC.
No, I'm not. I don't think I'm WBC or WBO. I think I'm on the IBF after that.
Yeah, IBF. Yeah, I see. And the IBF, you number 5. Yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah. So Lindolfo Delgado, Arthur Byer-Slav, whatever. Yeah. Adam Azim. What you think about Adam Azim? I forgot about that boy from the UK. You think he nice, Tito? He got some speed. He like the new Amir Khan.
Yeah, he is.
Nah, he like the Dollar Tree Amir Khan. Shit, he ain't that. Let's not bullshit. Amir Khan, he never had no chin, but he was nice. He don't compare him to Amir Khan. He ain't that. I don't know. That's a
he beat that guy Kurt Scobie. He beat up Kurt Scobie. Remember that guy?
Yeah, but come on now, Kurt Scobie. I know him personally. Kurt Scobie is a good guy, but he's not an elite 140 pounder. That's not bullshit either. And I think that was the last minute one. It was like a replacement. He showed up like last minute. He was supposed to fight somebody else.
Yeah, it was a replacement. That's a good fight, though. That's a good fight. All right, so Tito, what do you think you got to do to get it? You just got to climb the rankings. You saying like nobody just gonna give you that title shot? You feel like I have to go through the rankings in order to do it?
I think so, but now, like I'm saying, I'm gonna win records now, so I think we can make shit happen now. Like I said, Ruben's a type of dude that makes shit happen.
That's another thing that I skipped past that when I started it. He signed to win records with Carissa Shields. He was talking cool about Carissa Shields, saying that she was cool and she sell out right and fill the arenas and all that stuff. But yeah, he signed to win records now. He think that win records is going to put him in the position to get these fights that he want to get. And he did. He was asked about some type of ducking. That's why he, not with he was ducking somebody or something like this. He basically said, yo, we're not even going to talk about it. That stuff never happened. And some of them people he never got no offer for or whatever. But we already know how that goes, yo. Like the whole he ducked somebody. That's why he's not with somebody. Like someone has said that about damn near every fighter before, that he ducked somebody. You feel what I'm saying? Salute to Mike Biggs, boxing in the building. Let's get to this. Let's finish the build and finish it.
And then he's a real one, so I'm excited.
I'm not gonna listen to you.
Well, tell me that, Tito. What did they say to you about your career? Tell me about the plans. Like, what did they say? Like, all right, we're gonna have you active a couple times a year. We're gonna do this. Give us like the pitch. Like, how did they sign one of the best contenders in the sport of boxing?
Well, for sure, like, look, man, everything, obviously I'm not going into detail, but everything makes sense the way we wanted. And God willing, everything goes the way we wanted to. Win Record's gonna have, I don't know if they ever had a male champion before, but they're gonna have their first, male champion next year for sure. 100%.
So next year's the timeline for you. Like next year, I want a world title next year.
Yeah, next year, either they give it to me, I'm gonna take it from somebody. I don't really care. I'm gonna get it though. Next year's my time.
Okay. Well, obviously, and I mean, I guess we can't look past Tego, but it feels like you're going to just dominate him. That's what it feels like. It feels like that. When you have fights like that, is it harder for you to get up and train the same way, bust your ass?
Because Tego is the dude that the African dude, I believe, that Ryan fought. Dude that Ryan fought, he ain't nobody for real, yo. He ain't nobody.
Now, all right, let me ask you this though.
That's the problem. Like Tito, he needs more names and relevant names at the time, not old names. That's about at the end of the rope. He needs some fresh new people, some new talent. You feel me? That's why I was glad that he added Frank Martin to the roster. He's trying to fight a lot of guys that's young like him. And he said it. He's younger than Keyshawn and all them other people. I didn't even really know that.
Because yo, Tito Shakur, one of the best boxers in the sport. Tito, he got the elite defense. It's hard to hit him. Tito, you don't feel like that's a tough fight? Like come on, this guy's defense is crazy.
That's what they say. Hey, but like I said, we gotta see everybody. Ain't nobody invincible. Anybody get penetrated. And I'm gonna show y'all what I do if I ever get the chance to fight him. I honestly don't think he will fight me, but if it happens, y'all gonna see. Like I said, ain't nobody invincible. And that defense shit he does, that don't bother me.
What you mean? You don't believe in the defense, or you just saying that he got defense, but you could do something to break the defense?
Well, I know for sure I can break defense, but number 2 in a fight, you got to throw some punches too. You're not gonna and he's not gonna jab me like he did fucking with Teal's head like a bobblehead all night. He's not gonna do that with me. I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna throw him all in my hands go. So I like to see him do what he did to these other guys because, like I said, a lot of these guys are tailor made for him. When he had a guy that wasn't tailor made for him, like De Los Santos, he didn't look as great. And then y'all can say his hand was broke. I don't hear none of that. Anybody that was not tailor made for him, like even like Attila, the dude I knocked out, he made him look bad too. Even though he beat him, but he made him look bad. Anybody that's not tailor made for him, he look Oscar Valdez, he looked good. He was a short little dude. Same thing with Teofimo, even though
he's stating some facts though, yo. When it came to Nakatilia did in some type of way make him look bad. And you could say not in the fight. He brought him, he beat his ass in the fight, but he made him look bad because of what was said. The things that the commentator said, Andre Ward at the time, and Timothy Bradley was calling that fight. Both of them said bad things about Shakur because of his performance. Bud and I think it was Bud kept telling him he should pick it up. I think they asked him on ringside, like, should he do, like somebody said he should pick it up or whatever. And he basically got out the ring after the fight and said that, he got hit with something he didn't like, so he couldn't pick it up. So that makes you look bad in a sense.
Short Teofimo was good, but everybody knows he have off nights. He's not that dude that he looks like every blue moon. So I'm not worried about none of that. When I get my chance with him, I'm gonna show y'all. I'm gonna put his ass down. I'm gonna recreate that image of him in the Olympics crying.
Crying in the Olympics? Oh my God.
I'm gonna recreate it. Somebody got to do it.
All right, what about Gary Antoine Russell? How you see that fight? That's a good one too.
I think it's a good fight. I think I like him. He comes to fight, he aggressive. I don't know. I think his last fight, I didn't see too much. I saw when Hiroka kind of bit down, Gary Antoine Russell kind of falling apart. I don't think Gary Antoine Russell could keep up with me. I think what is he, like damn near like almost 40 years old already? He's like pushing 40. He's like 30 something.
No, Antoine, that's the older one. That's the older Gary.
Antoine Russell like 30 years old. I guarantee you.
Really?
Like,
I know it. Not
I think he's like 32 years old. He's some shit like that.
He old. He said he's like 40.
Yeah,
grandpa. Come on.
I always say he was born in 96. Damn, that's 30. Yeah, he's 30.
Yeah, he's not gonna keep up with me. But I think that'd be a fun fight though, especially for the fans. I think it'll be fun for as long as it lasts. I don't think he goes 12 though, because he's the type that he's gonna engage. So I think he's gonna eat something real nice. You think
he's the best at 140 or Shakur? Like outside of yourself, the best challenge, I'm saying.
They're different styles though, so it's kind of hard to say. But I think maybe I guess maybe Shakur in the standpoint of I'm about to go get it, because Shakur is not the type to go over there and do anything special. He's okay with running and throwing the jab to maybe win a round. So I think for him, I think maybe a little bit more of him. I think just because I'm gonna go there, I'm gonna make him win. Antoine's more willing to get the fans excited, and he want to work. He's gonna come for it. You know what I'm saying? So I think maybe Shakur, because he's the type, he's scary.
I got you. What do you think is your pathway to like stardom? Like when you thinking about it, like fuck the media, just you in the crib. Like how do I get to the level? What do you think is the pathway, Tito? Like, all right, this is how I imagine myself becoming a star. What does that look like?
I gotta knock a motherfucker out with a name. That's what I've been trying to tell. I've been trying to tell everybody, and I've been trying to get it for a while. But I think even when I knock these dudes out, like if I get the Frank Martin, Oscar Garte fight, I think it's really gonna happen when I knock somebody out like Shakur or like Antoine Russell, when I put that to sleep and they leave on a stretcher. I think that's when they're really gonna be like, all right, he's for real. And I think that's when I become a star for sure.
You talking?
If you knocked out Shakur, that would take you to a whole different stratosphere if you was able to do that.
Yeah, he's gonna be walking out like AB did when Maidana knocked him out. You remember he was like this, like walking around? He's gonna be like that.
Yeah. All right, hold up. What happened with the Frank Martin thing? Because you called him out. I feel like there was a point where he said he would fight you. Whatever happened with the whole Frank Martin situation? Because the chat is asking about Frank Martin.
No idea. Look, I pulled they kind of already know the styles a little bit, but he's a tough dude. Like he'll take some shots, but I don't
ask him about Wu and
some shit. Like he was getting hurt. So
yeah,
I definitely like that fight.
They're just throwing out names.
Ruben is the guy that gave her the most money she's ever seen. Like she said that Ruben gave her the bag. Tito, did Ruben also give you the bag, Tito?
I ain't gonna get into the numbers, none of that, but I'm happy.
No numbers. But
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah. I'm happy.
when you signed the deal, was you like, oh, okay, all right, yeah, it's
Yeah,
one of them.
I'm doing
You know
real good.
what?
I'm sleeping at night like a baby. I'll put it like
I don't even have
Ooh, Cito, let me hold $100, man. Let me hold 100, man.
that.
don't have the other timestamp,
Yo,
and I'm not gonna
G
sit
Wall
here
says,
and watch
you ever considered fighting the IBF number 4 ranked Adam Azar?
because I'm telling you, this whole he was just talking spicy for the rest of the rest of the rest of the interview. He was just talking spicy the entire time. All right, but hold on. What? Oh, okay. About to say, what the hell? Let's do it. Let's go ahead and get this man out the way, y'all.
All the big names are here, 47, and Zuffa didn't take me as, oh, this is Richardson hit.
Salute to you, TD Sports. Corner Bosses is in the building. Salute to Mike Biggs, Corner Boss, and TD Sports. Corner Boss in the building. What is good with y'all? What is good with everybody? We're going to get to this. Richard Richardson was talking mad spicy. He was snitching. Richardson snitching. He was doing a lot. He was doing a lot of emotional responding in this interview that he had. And I wanted to say something. It's a lot of things that he said I've never heard before. I'm gonna be 100. I ain't never heard it before. A couple of things he said I've been said. You feel? But he's capped on a lot of this shit, yo, and I gotta break it down. Well, I gotta talk about it, yo. Gotta talk about it. Hold on.
Hitchens, the IBF World Champion. Let's treat him good. They took me as, this is Richardson Hitchens. He's a great fighter. We're gonna treat him good, and I think that was definitely the big thing for me, you know, because if I would have went with DAZN or Oscar, they the way they treat me is from me holding that belt or having the IBF World Championship. And with Zuffa, they was like, nah, we believe he's a kid with or without a belt. So whether he wants to keep the belt, he can, and whether he don't want to keep the belt, he's still gonna get treated as he's supposed to be treated.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about you. You know, moving up to 147. You're fighting Salas. How exactly did that fight come about? I remember there was a little bit of back and forth on Twitter, on social media.
I wanted to pause to get some clarification on what he was talking about because I didn't play the whole little thing what they were saying. He was saying that, man, he's gonna speak a little bit more about it, but he was saying that in order for him to make a certain amount of money and be in a certain spot in boxing, period, he had to get a title, and that's what was told to him by, I guess, whoever that mattered, and he had to do so. And so he's saying the reason why one of the good things about him signing the Zuffa is Zuffa treated him well and is going to treat him well regardless if he has a title or not. And he's saying he had to have a title without Zuffa, basically. And he's saying it's a big deal for him, and he's going to explain why.
It sounded like maybe he was the opponent or maybe he wasn't the opponent. I'm not exactly sure how it was presented to you, but how did we get to this point fighting Salas?
You know, Salas was one of the names of like 7 people that was, you know,
7?
It was like so many names that was presented to me because, you know, at first it was, you know, I've been out the ring for over a year, so we was trying to find the right name, especially going up to a new weight class. You don't just jump into the weight class into the hardest fight. So we was trying to get Salas was one of the names. You know, they brung Stanionis, they brung Elvis Rodriguez, they brung another guy from France. They even brung Kurt Scooby. Did I say Elvis Rodriguez? They brought Elvis. Julian Rodriguez. He was another name. So I'm pretty sure it's probably one more name, but we're at 6 right now, right? So six names. So maybe one more guy I'm missing. But Salas, we was stuck on this guy. It was a guy from France. He's ranked number 2 in the WBC. We was trying to close that out, but he was asking for, you know, crazy type of money, and he wanted a guaranteed comeback fight with crazy type of money as if he takes a loss and we couldn't close a deal. Then Elvis Rodriguez, we were like, everything was signed, sealed, and delivered. And I go on Twitter. I guess Salas people went and made a report and said that I didn't want to take the Salas fight, and I ducked the Salas fight. And the boxing fans, they try to basically paint the narrative that I don't want to fight pressure fighters because of me being in the toughest fight with a pressure fighter, which was Gustavo Lemos. So they feel like with me, I'm trying to avoid pressure fighters. And also, you got to remember that I just pulled out of a fight with a guy that was a pressure fighter, or I've come forward, pressure fighter that resembles that same type of look. So they feel like as though that I don't want to fight these type of guys. So when I went on Twitter, it kind of like, it sparked, it triggered me, and it was like, I called my manager right away, literally while you seen whatever you had seen on Twitter, the back and forth. I called them in real time and said, scratch out the Elvis Rodriguez fight, tell Zuffa, let's make the Salas fight. And Elvis Rodriguez is not with Zuffa anyway, so Zuffa should have no problem of giving Salas the opportunity since it's they got. And my manager's like, are you sure? And I say, yeah, I'm sure. And it got done the next day. So that's how the fight came about.
Damn. So wow. So talking shit on Twitter actually can work for some people.
Yeah, because I feel as if
But he's really saying that, those names that he just named, he's basically saying those was options for him for his first fight on Zuffa. So if that's the case, I don't think, somebody got to correct me, but are all of those fighters that he just said on Zuffa? Because if not, then maybe they can make some fights with other fighters outside of Zuffa. But the problem is the big name fighters aren't going to be able to concede to whatever Zuffa got going on. Like, I'm more than sure whatever fighters that they want to fight, Zuffa fighters that's not on Zuffa, they can pay them enough to fight on Zuffa's network and whatever the case may be, and wear whatever and whatever. But I don't think that's going to be the case for bigger name fighters. You feel me? Maybe for the people that he said, but not the big names.
I got to prove myself right now as far as like pulling out that last fight. And when I'm always going to have to prove myself my whole career, but I just felt like proving myself as you saying, I'm scared of a pressure fight in Mexican. I train, my style is, this style is perfect for a guy like me. This is a guy that's not a boxer, a pure boxer, like, a guy that's not a thinking type of fighter like me, and is going to come and try to put the pressure and go to the body. I thrive off that. So these are things that I get to show my real skill and just show the boxing world that night of the Gustavo Lemos fight, everything that I've said that went wrong in that fight was true, as far as the IBF, as far as having to lose weight the day before the fight. I had to lose about 6 pounds. I was coming off a hand injury. It was just so many things that I put against that. I put my back against a wall in the Gustavo Lemos fight. And same thing as with Duarte, my body, me getting sick, me not hiring the right nutritionist, me not eating the right certain things, losing weight the certain type of way. That's probably why my body shut down before that. And I'm not even going to say it was because of nutritionists, to be honest, before the Duarte fight. I think the smartest move I was supposed to do was relinquish the belt before I should have moved up. Period. But when you become in boxing, a lot of these fans don't know, when you got managers and promoters that's and people that I'm at the point in my career where it's like I didn't make it to where I'm a Gervonta Davis, I'm a Canelo Alvarez, I'm a Terrence Crawford. So if the higher ups are saying this guy needs a world title to be valuable or be one of them guys in the sport of boxing, I'm gonna have to squeeze myself down and oblige by these rules, especially if I got the world title when my body done already outgrown the weight.
Richardson basically just said that the higher ups told him he ain't gonna be shit unless he get a title. That's what he's saying. So he said, he ain't the Gervonta Davises of the world. So because he is who he is, he was told he had to get a title. He ain't gonna be shit in the sport of boxing. He ain't gonna be what he want to be in the sport of boxing. So he made a decision to squeeze down in weight because he needed a title. And remember, he squeezed down to 140. He's been at that weight class. You feel what I'm saying? So he originally supposed to have been in welterweight the whole damn time, but he knew that wasn't gonna work out.
Then that was just bad timing. When I got the world title shot with Liam Power, I already been at 140 way too long. And then you gotta remember, on top of that, I have an IBF rehydration clause, and now I'm my body's shutting down from making the 140 weight. I'm getting sick. I'm fucked up, and now I'm fighting in Vegas. I got to be in the arena at 3:30. It's not like I'm fighting the East Coast, which I have later time to let my body heal up or do whatever I have to do to feel better and say, okay, I did the rehydration clause at 9:30 in the morning. Okay, by fight night tonight, we'll be on the way to arena. I have more time to eat and do what I have to do to feel better. I had to weigh on Saturday morning, and you telling me I got to be in the arena 5 hours later. It was just, my body just couldn't do it, and I got sick and I had to pull out the fight. So yeah.
I feel like you've been I don't want to say complaining, but that wasn't the first time you've brought up having to make the weight, right? Like it's kind of been tough to make that weight, especially having to do the second day.
And I was just talking and didn't even know I was on mute. But we seen him weigh in. You feel what I'm saying? We seen the man weigh in, so we know he was all right. I've seen him look worse in a weigh-in and he still fought. But regardless of the fact, you know what I'm saying? He's saying because of where they were located and what time the fight was, yeah, he weighed in, he made weight, but he knew 4 hours and some change. He knew that, he would have to fight. That's why he pulled out.
Weigh-in for the IBF belt. So
I wasn't gonna blame everything at just making 140. I'm not gonna complain about the weight class. The last time out, yeah, I can.
Salute to you, whatchamacallit. What is good with you, 2 Cent? Matter of fact, we're gonna break it down. You feel what I'm saying? We're gonna break it down because regardless of what this nigga's and everybody's different. Everybody's different, okay? Regardless of what this nigga say, you know what I mean? Not everybody would take this approach. You feel what I'm saying? Regardless of what he said, and it's a lot of things that he's saying that Tank said to him that nobody heard. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I didn't know that Tank said some of that stuff to him. You know what I mean? That was in between you and him. Y'all are men. Y'all used to be friends. Y'all should be able to deal with it, take care, you know what I mean, do the situation. But the way he's acting isn't really for himself. He's really trying to act like a chick and like appease to Shakur, mostly because he know Tank don't like it. You know what I mean? Like, this is petty behavior, in my opinion, and it's crazy. Yes, I heard a piece of y'all cook, yo, right before I came live, and it's one thing that Key Alexander said, and god dang, man, I could tell y'all some stories. And I think all of y'all agreed and followed suit. Like, yeah, that's how y'all feel. I'm not the type, like, it's mad secrets that I got of people that I'm not friends with. Mad secrets. But people right here on this app will tell you people don't keep the same energy with me. You understand what I'm saying? So, yeah. I know this old very well. And he didn't have to do it. I still hold secrets to the person that was trying to make a business about me. You know what I'm saying? But that's me and who I am. That's my character. But the number one reason is the same thing Key Alexander said. I don't care that much. To me, and I feel like this to everybody, they just won't admit it. It takes more energy to be mad than it does to be happy. And when you are competing with somebody else's anger, it'll take over your motherfucking life. And I've been talked about this for years. I'm not into having somebody control who I am or my lifestyle or how I feel on a day-to-day basis. I'm going to make sure you can't touch me. Verbally, nothing. Read nothing, nothing. You're going to not to be a non-existent person to me if that's how you feel. You feel what I'm saying? But I would never do what this nigga's doing. And this is not New York. You do not do that. You can be in your own lane, everybody who follows Debo. Ha!
Can't complain about the weight class. 140 destroyed me, making the weight, my body shut down completely. That's not healthy. I don't recommend that to any UFC fighter, any human being. Sucking your weight.
And this dude, for him to say it the way, so this nigga was sucking his weight down for how many years though? Okay. It's been mad years.
Down to a weight that's your body shouldn't be at. You know, I'm a human being at the end of the day. So just because you never know, and people in boxing say, "Oh, you should have been moved up." When you're a fighter that's making weight, you never know how your body's gonna react to a weight class till the day you actually touch your weight. You train for 2-3 months, you're never at 140. You try to squeeze yourself down the last 2-3 days. You got fighters that lose.
And I said that years ago. I'm so glad trainers already said it. The same thing with Caleb Plant trainer said it. He was like, yo, Caleb Plant is only 168 pounds for a couple of minutes or whatever. Like, he's never that weight. You feel what I'm saying? And a lot of fighters cut a lot of weight. I've been saying this for years. They cut 20 pounds the week of the fight, bro. Like, and I've been saying it takes, and nutritionists, doctors, everybody would tell you it takes 2 weeks for your body to be 100 again after cutting major weight. Like, none of these fighters are 100. And then you add injury and all of that stuff. Like, this is boxing. You feel me? Now, if you wanna be a certain person in this sport, he knew it. And they told him, you have to get a title for us to pay you this and be this and treat you like da 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 da. He did that for the sport and sucked down for the sport. You feel what I'm saying? So when other people use that as a talking point, was like, oh, well, he had to suck down. It's not fair because he had to, bruh, that's not nobody's fault but his own. Same thing with Ryan and Tanko, but he had to suck down. That's nobody's fault but Ryan. Same thing with Rolly passing out twice because he lost 17 pounds in 2 days and lost hair and all that shit. Bruh, that's nobody's fault but his own. And he admitted to it. You know, he said, I'll do it all over again. You know how much money and how much, you know, how much I got out of the fight. Like, everybody knows. So everybody, they're getting what they want. You feel what I'm saying? And just complaining about it later. That's what's going on. It's irritating.
15 pounds. Some even got the guys that lost 20 pounds the week of the fight. Some guys do 15 pounds the day before the weigh-in. Me, I was losing about, I want to say upwards of the day before the weigh-in, somewhere 10 pounds. So if you getting up on Thursday morning and weighing about 149, 150, and then you saying, okay, you can't drink no water, you can't do nothing, and then you got to do all these things to make 140 the next day. You never know. Your body feels way different from 150 to 140. Like, that's a huge difference. And that was the first time me experiencing that. And I think my back was against the wall. It's either that.
Why do you need an LLC? Even if it's your first business, you don't want to link the business with your personal life and properties. But how do we?
It was either that I come way overweight and lose out on damn near most of my money, and or I come into the fight feeling sick and just gamble it and say, okay, I'm not gonna do the IBF. I'm not gonna hold on to a world title. And who knows? We never know if Duarte's team would have been complaining, oh, Hitch is not professional, such and such, and say, oh, we're pulling out the fight. So either way, my back was against the wall, and I felt like it was just a blessing in disguise. I felt like anything could happen in the sport of boxing. So I'll take all the names. He's a duck, he's scary, he's a loudmouth, and just go on with my career and continue to do great things like I've been doing.
And still have your health.
Yeah.
So how different has this camp been to have to make 147, to not have to lose, the extra 7 pounds?
It feels great. It feels extremely great. Every time in camp, I'm always training with jackets on. I always have to put Abilene and stuff, even if it's summertime. Right now, it's summer in New York. It's like 90 degrees today. So I will still have to put Abilene on, put a long sleeve T-shirt on. The gym will have to be a certain temperature. I can't train in gyms that's like regular central AC. When I was making 140, now I train.
But what I'm saying is, you knew you was doing that shit for years, and you knew it was doing this to you this whole time. I understand what the man is saying, but for real, you knew what you was doing to get what you want, and you're complaining about it later. That's what all of y'all are doing. That's what all of you young niggas got in common when it comes to boxing. And it's a professional sport. You get paid a lot of money, bro. It's a one-on-one sport. It should be all you, bro. Like I did when I ran track and when I did the shot put, it was me versus them versus one other girl. It wasn't no team. If I lost, it was me. You understand? Like boxing, that's one thing that I love about boxing. A one-on-one sport, you can't fuck with me. You feel what I'm saying? One-on-one? Nah. You know what I'm saying? But it's different when you get what you want. And then now you look bad or look a certain way. You knew you couldn't do it, but for so long, you knew that you had to move up regardless. The man knew that the people at welterweight was too much for his ass. That's why he stayed at 140 and he complaining now about it.
In regular, I eat.
He lucky Zupa was there to pick up the pieces. I know that much.
Great meals. I could train with no shirt on. I could train with one t-shirt on. My conditioning through the whole camp felt amazing. You know, like it felt amazing. I didn't have to start camp off. Sometimes I used to have to start camp off already starting doing 6-7 miles because I'm like, okay, I got 8 weeks to come down from 167, 168, and I got to lose 28 pounds to get to 140. I can't get my body slowly into it by, the first few weeks of camp. Let me start with 3 miles. Let me do everything slow. Everything got to be intense right away because I know that I have so much weight to shed. But this camp, I was able to gradually get into the shape that I needed, which was way more healthier to my body and a lot more stressful. And, recovery was been so much better because it's not like I'm feeling sore, or my legs is tired, or my energy is just tired weeks out from the fight. So right now,
yeah, why would you want to keep you going like that in your career if you felt like that a week or two before the fight or a week before the fight? Like, why would you want to keep doing it? And the man did not just get the title. Like I'm saying this for a reason. This man had that damn title for a couple years, right? It had been at least 2 years he had the title at 140. Like, bro, you could have moved up. Boots left. You could have moved up when Devin moved up. Real talk.
Really good.
Yeah, speed still there, power still the same.
Yes,
or is it better?
Everything. I feel stronger. My body feels stronger. I'm more durable. I feel like 47 been my weight for so long. A lot of people don't realize I've been at 140 since I was 15 years old. I was fighting 138 at 15. I won the junior Golden Gloves at 138. I lasted 138. And then at 16, when I turned into the men's division, the elite division in the amateurs, it was 141. I'm fighting a lower weight as me almost being 30 than I was when I was 16 years old. I'm fighting so it's way different. And and a fighter, we know that you don't just make 140. You make 139.6, 139. You never just because especially if you're a guy that's kind of like paranoid about weight. You want to do it the right way. You never just see 140. You might see 140 your skill and still be like, all right, let me do something. Let me spit. Let me try to do something. Let me try to get some piss out or something to make sure when you get to the officials.
Salute, Victor. What is good with you, sir? Definitely appreciate you coming through. This scales doing a live this scales shit is crazy. Stepping on the scales when you already like, bruh. Y'all motherfuckers, bro. All y'all went to y'all got fit, lost the weight, and then stepped on the scale, bro. Come on now. Y'all acting like y'all all right, bro. Y'all stand in the gym then. I feel you. Stand in the gym. Stepping on the scale now don't mean much to me when you already did what you did. That's now. Yes. He's such the snitching was crazy. I'm crazy lady, chatty dude. Yeah, he chatty.
The commissioner ain't telling you, hey, you got to go lose this 0.2 pounds. So I was basically making 139, close to 139. So I feel way better.
Imagine being able to build anything just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
Like, what the hell, yo?
That's crazy. You've been fighting that long at that weight. So how much do you know about Salas? I mean, obviously, you mentioned he's a pressure fighter. I actually feel like
and Ben, not to keep making excuses for the weight class. Another thing people got to realize, because I could lie, but if it's men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. When my whole career, as a professional, because I told you I was fighting 141 in the amateurs, right?
Yep.
So you like, how you been fighting that weight class that long, which is like ironic, but you got to realize my whole career till I got with Eddie Hearn, which was in 2023, I really didn't make 140. When I was in major promotion, it was catch weights. So it wasn't like it wasn't like my body was used to being down to 140. It was be like, I'll fight at 142, 143.
Yo, he's still complaining. But what happened after that? When you really did fight at 140, you got the title and kept, like, what happened after that? You thought you could just keep it up, but you knew that you had to go through a whole rigorous process to even get down and weight. That you over here complaining about the process. You bringing up so much shit to complain about. What's ridiculous is 2 pound for pound fighters are fighting over 3 damn pounds. Not about to let them play with my intelligence. They act like they pound for pound fighters, and then they complain about the smallest shit. Y'all complain how Duke can complain about a weight class that you went up in. Shakur went up in and got a title, but it's too small to stay at, so you're gonna go back down. But they're trying to say pound for pound. And this dude know he ain't that guy. That's why he started saying what he was saying. He's ridiculous. He won't even let him finish the question. He just want to make more excuses, making more excuses and more excuses and more excuses over. Yeah, I'm sorry to cut you off. I don't want to make even more excuses, but about the weight, but it makes more fucking excuses. Look at dude.
144, 145. When I got with Eddie Hearn, my first fight with Eddie Hearn is a little vlog that I got online. You can see my manager Keith Conley coming to me and making me aware, like, hey, you just weighed in this morning. You have an IBF rehydration clause. And I'm like, what? You can see like my reaction, like, what the fuck is that? I did that. I did that rehydration clause for that fight, which was in Cleveland, East Coast time.
So I thought if you had the IBF or fighting for that title, you should already know that you got a rehydration clause. Like, how do you not know that? I don't box and I know that. That's ridiculous. The excuses, son.
So, like I said, you do the rehydration clause in the morning. You could eat up till at night and come in better. Look at my next few fights after that, which was Bowser. There was no IBF rehydration clause. I told my manager, I'm not doing that. Zapata, there was no IBF rehydration clause. And the next time a dilemma came was Lemos. Fought Lemos in Vegas, where you have to be in the arena again, like at 3:30. That was still affecting my performance. And then I fought Liam Paro, which I looked great in, but I fought in Puerto Rico, which it was East Coast time. It was way hotter in Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico was somewhere upwards of 100 degrees. So making the 140 weight was not that hard because, the sweat was coming off of me a lot. Even though when I got down there, even though when I made 140, like my body, like I'm very weak. I'm very depleted, but still I made the weight. I was able to rehydrate because I think in Puerto Rico, we left the hotel like at 8 o'clock. I got to the locker room at like 8:45, did my VADA tested, pissed, and we got in the ring an hour and a half later. So again, then I fought again, Cambosis, where it was at New York, East Coast time, do the same thing. So now you telling me again, now I'm fighting at Duarte in the winter time, February. It's cold in Vegas. It's cold in New York. It's like all the odds are stacked against me, and I made 140. My body was just like, oh shit, I'm throwing up. I was throwing up from the day before the fight, but my manager, it's a lot of money on the line. So my manager's trying to get me pregnant with it, and I'm trying to stay in it. I'm like, let's see how I feel tomorrow. Let's see, and I'm still fucked up. I'm like, all right, maybe it's the food that I ate, or maybe I don't know what it was, but.
It's like a perfect storm of everything happening all at once.
Yeah, but in life, it just showed me that you have to be smarter and just listen to, do things the right way. You gotta pay attention to all these little things, like, as far as like your weight, this, that, knowing when to fold, when to hold, and I should have just defended my belt versus George Kambosos. And it sounded so good. The unifications with Dalton Smith, the unifications with Teofimo, all those sounded so good. The money sounded so good, but I should have been like, I'm done and I got to go to 147. But things happen for a reason. And I remember when you dropped that world title to your check go from here because now you're back to being a regular fighter and you don't want that. So it was just all these things stacked against.
Yo, Richardson talking like he had a double espresso for the first damn time ever in life, and he just can't shut the fuck up. Like with this, he's on some caffeine, something got him motor mouth, and he can't stop bumping them lips. That shit is crazy.
It's me, but yeah.
So how much do you know about Salas? I mean, obviously you mentioned he's a pressure fighter. I kind of feel like styles make fights. I kind of feel like a pressure fighter is exactly what you want to fight. So like what can we kind of expect when you guys step in the ring?
I'm levels above Salas. I'm levels above him. You know, he's a fighter with 2 losses, 2-3 draws, and he's a game fighter. You know, but I'm just a special type of fighter.
I think everybody but Rolly, right? Rolly not with the catch weight. Rolly want that work, yo. I hope Rolly breaks off to you. Real talk.
I feel like I feel like I'm one of the fighters in boxing that has that Floyd Mayweather type of.
He did not.
It's a gift, you know, like reach, speed, patience, discipline, IQ, defense. I'm just a complete fighter, you know. IQ. So I feel like when Salas get in there,
yeah, he on some shit.
Pressure. I feel like we put so much emphasis on pressure when boxing is not called pressure.
Boxing is a lot, right? He talking a lot.
So it doesn't mean because Salas is coming forward flat-footed and throwing punches, we don't. That's not something that don't put him in the game. That don't make him any better. That plays against him because he makes any fraction of a mistake and he's reckless. I'm going to make him pay. And that's what's going to happen come fight night. And I don't know much about him, but I know he's a pressure fighter. I know he knocked out the guy that
Victor.
Him and Boots share opponent, Ruben Villa. He knocked out Villa in like 3 rounds. And that's all I know about him. And next weekend, he got to fight Richardson Hitchens, and this is a whole different ball game.
I kind of feel like it might look a little bit like the Kambosos fight.
Yeah, I don't. It might look worse. You know, we might look worse. I don't know, but I know for sure I'm gonna dominate him. And that's what I'm coming in to do.
I would like to see that. I mean, I need to see that fight again with Villa. Villa really didn't look like himself in that fight. Maybe Salas really got some punching power. You know what I mean? But Villa really ain't that great of a boxer, you know what I mean? But we're gonna find out, boss, how you gonna look in your first fight. It'll be some wild shit if you lose.
I will take everything and I won't give him nothing. And it's plain and simple.
That's how you do it.
That's what's up. Well, let me ask you about. I mean, obviously, this fight kind of got made off of
reaching for
a little Twitter beef, right? Like there's a little beef back and forth going on. Let me ask you about some of your beefs, because since that Twitter beef, there's been a couple others that have been going on.
In my opinion, too, boxing barbecue. If Rolly beat T.O., everybody need to give him some. People should have already put some respect on Rolly Dame. Rolly not the same guy. He ain't the same guy. Yeah, I like Villa, but dude, stop. Salas stopped him. It must be some shit in there. But yeah, we about to get to it.
Obviously, well, I don't know. Again, and when I say beef, I'm not talking like real, beef, right? Like we're just talking about, guys going at it and stuff like that. But obviously, the most infamous one is with you and I guess we should call it G Money, right? G Money account is that actually Gervonta Davis?
Yeah, of course that's Gervonta Davis.
Are you 100% sure?
I'm 1,000% sure.
1,000? Yeah,
I'm 1,000% sure. I just feel like that beef stem from a lot of things. I feel like it could be jealousy. It could be him having his emotions from stem from different things. Last thing I know about me and Gervonta that I recall, I've been nothing but genuine. It's never been an issue. He's never told me these things while we were friends.
Yeah, I can't stop looking at that extra on both sides of his lip too. That's why. And
once he kind of distanced himself from me after Edgar Berlanga one time on Twitter have wrote the day after he fought Canelo, I know you was calling Richardson and saying I was gonna get knocked out. The story to that was I was having a fight party for the Edgar and Canelo fight, and Gervonta kept calling my.
It's a script. That's what it is. It's a script.
Phone and was like, with this round right here, he's gonna get knocked out, and people in the house was seeing that. The news got back to Edgar, And I'm the next day when Edgar called me, I'm like, you did your thing. And he like, I heard Tank Javante was calling you saying I was gonna get knocked out and shit. I'm like, bro, even Tank was saying that, but I'm not gonna lie. Tank said he give Canelo his respect. Tank was like, yo, bro, like I was even some like, damn, though, like, damn, I know Edgar's choked right now. He got an L, you know, it's always took it. He's like, Javante's like, man, he fought Canelo, like, bro, that's big. Like, he didn't get knocked out. Like, he fought Canelo, like, kind of like just like giving Edgar his respect. So after that, it was already a little funny because I felt like Javante could have called me and been like, yo, like, what's up? Like, are you like, what's going on with this dude? You told him that I said that? And I could have explained to him, like, yo, when you was calling me on FaceTime, looking at your TV, oh, this guy's gonna get knocked out. Motherfuckers, people in my house. I'm having a fight party. It's a big fight going on. It's Canelo and Edgar, you know? This is
right there. Edgar was the one that was emotional and soft about the situation by putting it live, telling the cameras that shit. Bro, didn't nobody know he was doing that? Like, Edgar is the one that put that shit out. He was highly emotional and was like, oh, well, Tank, you know, on an interview, oh, Javante Davis, you get like, okay. Like, he's the one who did all that shit. And I guess the way you handled it wasn't likable, because I'm more than sure, I mean, if it happened like that, that's his mistake, and that sounds very possible. Sounds like that's possibly exactly what happened. But I don't know, yo. It all depends on how my friendship is with a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? It all depends on how my friendship is with someone, but I'm not even gonna go there.
Probably upwards of 12, 13 people in my apartment. So I felt like that was a reason for him to be like, oh, fuck this guy. You know, he stopped talking to me from then. And then when the week before I fought George Kambosos, I was doing an interview and I was basically saying nobody gave me a chain, nobody bought me a car, nobody did everything that I've got on my own. And he took a picture, he screenshot a picture and put on his Twitter and saying, Richardson, this ain't my chain, because he gave me a little chain to wear. There was a chain he owed to a jeweler. Yeah, I guess he didn't pay the jeweler the money, but you know, he was holding on to the piece while
now I have to admit, I remember that chain. And I remember you wore that bitch almost just as much as Tank Davis. And Tank had that chain, unless he got multiples of the same chain like Shakur does, unless he got multiple chains of that, he had that motherfucker for years. Like, I've never, did no, let me borrow a chain type shit. I don't know. Okay. But they let you borrow a chain for over 12 months. And then again, like, he had it for years. He had that chain for years, bro. You wore that shit for a straight year and some chain. To say he had to give it back ain't nothing, because that chain that he was wearing is like a trinket to the jury that he wears today. Like, what was the reason for even saying that? And then the time that he gave it to you, and the reason why he gave it to you is because your neck was feeling real ashy. Like, your neck was feeling naked as fuck, and everybody around you was shining, and he was being a friend and seeing your ass. I'm more than sure you didn't even ask for that chain, my nigga. That's how much that he fucked with you. And you trying to tell the world that, oh, he had to give it back to the jeweler, and he trusted your crusty ass with it. He didn't have it. So Richardson, you're telling the people that Javante Davis did not have enough money to pay for a diamond chain, and he let you take it to New York City with it around your neck, little nigga? And you trying to say he don't fuck with you? Cat.
Till he was ready to give the jeweler back or sort out whatever he had to sort out with the jeweler. So for like I want to say upwards of like a year and a half, he gave me the chain till his manager 40 came to my apartment and was like, yo, Javante needs to give the chain back to the jeweler, give him back his chain. But then he went on Twitter, he was like, oh, fuck you, we could fight, such and such. I'm like, fuck, like, what's that about? Like, like, all right, this something you've been having in you, you've been having this in you. It's always been a little weird, little stuff with that guy. Even when I was training with Floyd, one time I remember I was training with Floyd, and
man, when you looked out for somebody like that, man, he cared about you, bro. If you never asked for no chain, I'm more than sure that's why he let you hold it. And why would you take it from him if you didn't give a fuck or didn't need it or wanted something on your neck? You should have been like, nah, I'm all right, bro. I don't need that shit. But you wore that bitch faithfully, bro, and you had no other chain. Was the only chain on your neck. The only chain on your neck. And And for you to come out and say, ain't nobody gave me nothing and no chain and nothing like that, why did you even make that comment? It's like you like shitting on this nigga. Like you like doing little shit. It's like once if I did a bunch of stuff for a motherfucker and then he gonna act like, you know, ain't nobody ever did nothing. Like, all right, you dusty nigga. Could have left you where I found you then. The fuck? Who would you be without me on some Fantasia shit? You feel me? Like, seriously.
I was in the gym. I was like, yo, man, I was Lorenzo Simpson. And I'm like, yo, man, I'm not sparring your big ass. You big as shit. Cause I had sparred Truck a few days before that. And I asked to spar Truck. I was sparring Louis the Cuba. And Floyd was in my corner. You cool with Floyd. You could ask Floyd. Floyd was in my corner. Cuba came in. I'm working with Cuba. Me and Cuba's boxing. I seen Truck coming. Truck is looking for work. I said, I want to box Truck. I boxed Truck, but I'm like, this motherfucker big. So that was probably on Tuesday. Thursday was another sparring day. Javante's in the gym. I'm like, I said what I said. Like, I'm not sparring. I don't feel like sparring. You know, this motherfucker big as shit. It's like all access there and shit. He's making a big scene. Like, man, you pussy. And I've been telling you, these fights is pussy. They're like going like making it like a personal thing. I'm like, what? Like, bro, it's Truck. Like, what do you mean I'm this access part this guy. Truck is like 3 weight classes bigger than me. We get in the ring. I box Truck. You know, Javante got it. Javante's getting ready for Leo, so the whole DMV people was there.
Why you gotta say that Chuck's 3 weight classes above? We already know what it is, but we also know that Tank spars heavyweight. So what's your point? That's why he's calling you a BI each.
You know, it's just me and Floyd. It's just me and Floyd. You got all the Javante camp screaming. I'm boxing Truck. A motherfucker that's 3 weight classes bigger than me. After that, he gets out the ring. His whole energy changed. Like, yo, I'm not gonna lie. You look extremely sharp. Said the old bro, you was doing some sharp ass shit in there. And I just always felt like it was weird animosity. Then I posted a post of me and Shakur. The guy he comes out of the woodworks and say you're the biggest dick rider because I posted Shakur, and it's like, Javante, you met me and Shakur together. Like, you met us when we first came. When we came to first help your little dirty ass in Baltimore when you was getting for Pedraza. We was the ones that we came in together. We got introduced through Shakur. So what is you telling me? Like, you're the biggest D rider. Shakur's been my friend since yay high. Shakur could have felt the way and because Shakur did feel away while me and Javante was kicking it and stuff, but he never really.
You know what I don't understand is when somebody calls somebody a D rider, he just said he been my friend. So of course you're friends. That's why he's calling you a D rider. What's your point of saying that y'all are friends? Of course you're friends. That's why he's saying you are a D rider for your friend. Yo, can y'all hear me? It's a storm down here. Fucked up. Hold up. Yo, this. All right. Bruh, if that turned back off, I don't know. I'm going to have to cut it. Cut it. Cut it. Salute to 704 Joe in the building. What's good with you? Reels Daddy, him in the building. What is popping with you? Tay Brown, what is good with you, Queen? I don't think he want to fight Tank Reels Daddy. I think he mad. He's trying to get it all out. This nigga need a hug. For real. Hold on. This need to calm down. The rain and stuff, the storm need to calm down.
He still was there he still was, like, fuck it. Like, he still was rocking with me. But you could tell it was a little, you're the biggest D-Rider. Shakur's been my friend since yay high. Shakur could have felt away and because Shakur did feel away while me and Javante was kicking it and stuff, but he never really, he still was there he still was, like, fuck it. Like, he still was rocking with me. But you could tell it was a little, I wouldn't say he felt away, but it was still kind of like, you hanging with that, but all
right. Now I have to say, I know who Richardson is because of Javante Davis. When I first seen him do anything, talk to anybody, he was at the Mayweather gym, and I was watching it because the video had something to do with Javante Davis, nothing to do with Richardson Hitchens, but he was always in the frame. He was always doing something. You feel me? And this was at the time when I believe he first got the title. But before that, Shakur and Tank was friends. So he's saying that he was friends with Shakur since Jay High or whatever the case may be. Tank was friends with Shakur before he got his title. And you saying you came in the picture when he fought Pedraza or some shit like that. He gonna say it later on in the fight. His story ain't adding up. But we gonna get to it. For real. His story is not adding up.
He came out of Woodworks like a month or two ago. Then I go on the G Money. I see the G Money page on my timeline. I'm like, wait, is Javante? What the fuck? So I look, the guy been retweeting on my posts for months. The page was so low key. I didn't know. I'm thinking it's just a Twitter troll. The guy, I see he will tweet, LOL, this guy's a faggot. LOL, this guy's, you're 29. Like just throwing little hate and shit, like a little shit I tweeted. I'm like, this Javante like writing this shit.
Well, how did you know that? Like, how did you know?
Because I know how he writes. I know how he writes. Like, I know his grammar. Like, I know how he writes. I know how, like, I've been around him for long. So I know for a fact how that's him. And then obviously when me and him started going back on Twitter, he was saying things like he's been around me,
like stuff that only he would know.
Yeah, stuff that, you gotta be around me. Then he start writing me off a fake number and yo, fuck your mother. You still sharing bottles with you and your mans. You don't take care of your mans. You pillow talk about your mans. I'm like, yo, bro, where are you hearing these things from? Like, he's bringing up everything. He's bringing up my friends from Jersey. He's bringing up my coach. My coach even say you're not like that. Yo, when I see you, I'm gonna break your jaw.
Now, such a fake number joint. It's only a fake number if you don't know who the person is, right? If you know who the person is, then you calling me from your new number. Right or wrong? Am I tripping? Why would I say a number is fake and I know who the person is? Can somebody help me with that in the chat? It's a fake number. But I know who's talking to me on the phone. And I know his phone number. You got Tank's number. You know he was talking to you on the phone, but you trying to tell us it was from a fake number. Like, I don't know what's going on.
It's such, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. Watch when I see you. I'm like, damn, like as if like it's real hate. And I get it though.
Why are you coming to us like we are y'all mother? Like we his mama tell his mother what he doing. Why are you telling us that he was threatening you in secret? Why are you telling us that he was trolling you in secret? Why are you telling us that he was texting you and letting you know that he don't fuck with you and letting you know that it is what it is. Like, why are you telling us? We supposed to protect you? What is going on right? Why are you telling us this shit, son? A lot of fighters get told shit to another fighter because y'all used to be friends, nigga. You haven't been friends with Tank in at least 2 years, it seems like. I may be mistaken, but it seems like y'all really haven't hung out or did nothing on camera for at least 2 years. You haven't been in the same gym or nothing. So why the fuck are you telling us, bro? Man up.
It's easy to hate somebody like me. Even when we was around each other, you could still tell. Like,
for you to say it's easy to hate, man, everybody loves Ashley. The fuck? It's hard to hate somebody like me. And if you do hate somebody like me, it's because you hate real people. Like, you hate people that like themselves. That's the only reason why a motherfucker would hate me. It's because I mind my business, I let people live, and I like myself. The fuck? What's going on?
He didn't fuck me the way I fuck with him, but it's like, he's a weirdo. That's just what a beef. I feel like that's where it's no beef. It's just him. He has his things, his personal like mental shit that he go through. Like, he just went on Adrian Broner live the other day, hopping behind him just to go say, "Oh, fuck AB if he get in the ring."
Now you trying to get people not to like him. He just went on Whisper Call the other day, bruh. Am I wrong right now? You sound like the woman, and Tank hurt your feelings and broke your heart way too many times, and you're talking to his mother. We are his mother, and you used to date Tank Davis. This is how the fuck you're talking about. You're going on and on about this, about that, skipping years, going back in time, talking about other people's platform and other people's business that have nothing to do with you. And you still just talking about it. Oh my God. You mad at Tank because he was private and all the hate he gave your ass, but you on this bitch talking to us. You talking to the world. And this is a bunch of shit nobody even asked for. The man ain't even asking for all of this exclusive that you giving him. Shit is wild.
He'll get knocked the fuck.
This nigga got diarrhea in the mouth, yo.
Out.
Yeah, saw that.
How the fuck you gonna say that? How you gonna go against somebody that always calling you their little brother and saying they love you? They'll kill for you.
Because there's two sides to every story, just like you said, Pimpin'. Just like you trying to tell us your side of the story. I'm more than sure it's another side of the story. Yo, AB is a motherfucker. I'm more than sure it's a reason why he's saying that shit. Out of all the years that they've been cool with each other and he didn't talk like that, it's a reason why he's talking like that to every fucking body. And yeah, he a troll only when he in camp, like you said.
You could tell you fucked up mentally. Simple. You're not right. You're not right. We should have been knew you was not right when you went and fucked Floyd Mayweather's daughter after he put money in your pocket and
now see that was for no reason too. But I said that shit years ago. I said that shit back in 2018. Because people was trying to say some other shit, man. That was the reason why him and Devin fell out, because Devin used to be friends with Tank too. Him and Devin fell out because Devin snitched on Tank and told Floyd that he did that. But can we remember Shakur told that same daughter that she used to give slob on your knob. She used to give top to a bunch of people in Atlanta. And who knows how true that is? You feel what I'm saying? But he's saying it, but for you to say that everybody get mad is like, I mean, what was the real issue behind that there? I don't really know. I mean, what was she, underage or something? I don't know. But nothing happened besides some people that didn't have nothing to do with what happened in that room in between Tank and the daughter. Everybody else is mad.
You in position. We should have been to you as a fucked up individual, but it is what it is.
Why are you saying it like he did something to the daughter that she didn't want? You understand? And nobody got, bruh, please. Why are you saying it like that? It shit is wild, yo.
AB kind of put him on, to be honest. Like,
and then he's gonna write me off a fake number and say he's gonna come to my locker room and punch me or the night of my fight. We oblige him. We tell him we want him to come. Plural, we. Because he won't leave the locker room. Him, his brother, whoever else he want to come, his security, pull up. We'll be waiting on him. So it's like,
so that was the first time you had met Tank was was when you went to help him for the Pedraza fight?
That's the first time I met him.
Wow.
I met him. Yeah, the first time I met him, everything was cool. I started being cool with Tank from being around AB. You know, AB was somebody that when I in 2018, I forgot what fight had happened in the Barclays Center, but you know, most of the celebrities and people that come to a state for a fight, they leave that Sunday morning after the fight or that Monday. But it was like Wednesday, and AB was still in New York, and I had seen on Instagram, and he was like, "Come to my hotel." I came to his hotel, and after that night, we went to a club. And from there, we just was kicking it, going to Miami, and Gervonta was coming around. And, you know, I always looked up to Gervonta as a fighter. I always thought he was a really talented fighter. You know, I always thought he was good. So then me and Gervonta started kicking it because I wanted to be around him to learn from the sport, see how it is to be a guy that's, you know, so talented, you know. And I knew Gervonta was going to be big. I knew from his talent. I know a motherfucker is special. So I just wanted to be around it in real time just for that motivation and just being around that allure, that energy, you know, just so that's when we really started kicking it. We was into the same things. He liked bad bitches. I like bad bitches. He like fly shit. I like fly shit. And I'm from New York. You feel me, Ben? So New York is the mecca of fly shit. So he loves coming down here to New York. He take his.
And the thing is, yo, I do remember a video, a short or something, or a video. You was trying to go out or something. And Tank had the fit for you. Like he gave you a chain. He was about to give you an outfit to wear. You asked the nigga if he had glasses. He was like, no, don't worry about nothing. I got glasses, nigga. And he was going to open it. And he was like, you need to open it the other way. He was like, players fuck up. And he turned it up. He was finna give you a whole fit. Regardless of how much you looked at this nigga, he liked you probably more than you fucked with him. And I understand that you didn't have the funds like that, and that nigga had bank or whatever the case may be. But that doesn't mean he got to look out for you, bro. Like, I got family members that had money at times and I didn't. Do you think I had the time that they did? You think they looked out for me? Fuck no. So he didn't have to do what he did. It's just is what it is. You could have went out to the club with that white t-shirt you had on or whatever the fuck else you had on. Just like that. He ain't had to give you no designer, no this, no that, and none of that. He had to do none of that.
3-hour drive down to New York. We kick it. I know the whole city. You feel me? I'm from the city. So whatever's going on, it'll be like, people will see Gervonta with me and be like, oh, Richardson's with Gervonta. It's like, no, Gervonta's with Richardson. You feel me? This is my city. Whatever.
Why did it matter? Hold on. Yeah, somebody at my door. Hold on. All right, my bad. Sheesh.
Little parties going on, whatever little bitches we need to come. I'll be like, yo, I'm gonna have these bitches come link us. Like he's there.
Yeah, may I add, I've never met Gervonta Davis. I went to 2 of his fights before, so I've seen him in action. He's not a very big guy, but I'm gonna tell you right now. Richardson Hitchin enjoyed every time Gervonta Davis went down to New York City. You understand me? If Tank went to New York for a week and didn't hook up with or tell this nigga, he probably would have felt some type of way. I'm more than sure you talk about we both like bad bitches. I'm more than sure Gervonta pulled him better than you did. I'm just being real. And when y'all was together, you had a funner time every time you went out because he got pockets and he got the look.
Like, I'm setting it up. He got the bread. You feel me? I ain't gonna cap. He had the money at the time. Like, we go out, he gonna take care of this shit. Nigga, I'm paying for 17,000 on the Mayweather promotion. This nigga making $1 million plus. So of course.
You understand me? It's not of course. It's so many niggas that will go out and allow you to feel however you feel and throw money, give money to bitches they never seen before and spend money and don't look out for you. So every time he went out, he paid for the shit. How many thousands are you talking about? Because I'm more than sure that New York City ain't cheap. It's not. And wherever they was going, I bet you wasn't cheap.
But don't get it fucked up. It was one time I remember one time I did, but like it probably like 1 or 2 times I did pull out money. Like, yo, I'm gonna take care of my own shit. And he like, yo, bro, when you're around me, you don't do that. I'm making way more money than you. Like, don't spend your money. You feel me? But
so you guys had to be tight for him to say something like that.
Yeah, at that time, I just felt like once I started making my own, I just felt like I don't know where it just
he was about to say when he started making his own money, what nigga? Ain't no way a nigga that spends money on you when y'all out gonna feel some type of way when you make your own money, nigga. Now if he said put your own money away when we out, when you wasn't making money, and you saying I just feel like when I started making my own money and his shit went out, so he changed what he was about to say. Nigga, you better not say. He felt what, nigga? About time. You caught up to me now. This place we go out, this your range. I don't gotta help you pay for this place. You feel me? Ain't nothing wrong with that. The fuck? What are we talking about? You act like he wanted to pay for you all the time. Right. Not obligated to do a damn thing. Salute to Snacks B in the building. What is good with you? Talib Cunningham in the building. Carolina in this biatch. What is good? A scorn broad. That's what I'm saying. He's acting like he's the ex. And you're telling on the nigga.
It just started getting weird with dude, it just started getting really weird. And I felt like he's somebody I got real hate towards me. Like he would really like the way he speaks is like real hate. And love turned to hate. I've been around the guy's space, he feels like he knows me. And it's like when somebody feel like they've been around you, they know you. It's like they don't take what I say is different from what somebody else say. Like what somebody else say is like, and Javante got like a bully type mentality. Like he's a bully because Javante is really soft. Like I'm not saying he's pussy, but he's not who he portray he is. You know what I'm saying? Like Javante, if you let him.
I dare you to let me build you.
I'm gonna let him finish his statement before I say something. Come on.
If you let him like bully you, he's gonna bully you. Do you?
For real, Snacks.
It's the same thing in boxing. If it's the same thing in boxing, just like
you talk stupid. Shakur Clan. Yo, come on. What happened to my? Okay, I'm still full. All bars in. What's going on with this damn thing? Whatever, yo. I think the weather is affecting my internet real tough right now. Real tough. Like, I think I'm going in and out. Shit. Hold on. Let me try something real quick. Because if I'm going in and out, I'll just, I'll try to come on tomorrow morning. Let me try something real quick. Because if I'm going in and out, I'll just, I'll try to come on tomorrow morning. All right, hold up. And it's... Hold up. Richardson, whole
If they bully you, he's gonna bully you. Do you see that? It's the same thing in boxing.
Yeah. And my joint going in and out. I tried, ladies and gentlemen. I tried. You fine, we hear you. This thing right here, man, is I really want to talk about Richardson's whole ass. Whatever.
If it's the same thing in boxing, just like Frank Martin let the nigga bitch him. You see him Frank Martin, he's smiling.
Now, all right, let me just say this. This is boxing is a combat sport. You understand me? Like you're not supposed to be kind if you don't if that's how you if you need to be bullied, if you need to be rough and tough, whoever you need to be when it comes to in the ring, since you want to bring up in the ring, that's who you should be. But Gervonta Davis is 5'4" or 5'5". He's light skinned and he was in foster care and didn't have a lot of money growing up. And he grew up in Baltimore. I'm more than sure he had to be who he had to be. And since this was a young age, he is that person. That's who he is. And for him to say he's not that person, and he said he want to be softer for his kids, that's why he want to quit boxing, a place where he's making tons of money. The man is making millions of dollars overnight, but he's saying he wants to quit boxing because of his daughters. He want to be softer to his kids. But he's soft for real. And he really just a bully mentality. That's not really him though. Get the fuck out of here, bruh. All the way the fuck out of here.
Oh, this nigga's pussy. You know, with Lamar, it was all daps after the fight. It was all daps in between rounds. It was respect. When Frank,
it was daps in between rounds and respect because they was friends, man. Him and Frank Martin wasn't no friends, and Frank Martin was trying to say that he stunned him in sparring or some shit. He was trying to bring up sparring and saying he beat his ass. Ain't no reason to be nice to a nigga like that. And I really think the way he talked irritated Tank. Tank didn't like the way that nigga talked. He didn't like the way he talked.
See in between rounds, he looking back at Frank Martin like, nigga, what? That's
come on. This shit is blowing me. Hold on, wait.
Just hit him as a person. Like that's his aura. Like
I'm finna let me see if I can come back to it. Let me get it the fuck out of here. We work. If I get it out of here. And then do this. Because this what I want. This what I really want to play. This shit fucking up got me mad. This it right here. I really want to play this one. I got a flood watching effect. Yeah, my internet is cooked. If I just got this too. Just got Verizon strong package space. So this is the internet fucking me up, fucking with me. I say now the stream won't even come up. That's crazy, crazy, crazy. Well, let me see if y'all can hear me. Ryan and Korner Ben supposed to be official. Ryan Garcia, after doing what he did to Barrios, I really think Barrios and Korner Ben might be an even ass fight. He should do the same to Korner Ben. He should have Korner Ben bloody, if not stop Korner Ben, in my opinion. I don't think Korner Ben should be much of a challenge if Ryan Garcia stays patient and work off the counters and use his straight right and follow up with that quick left to the
creator. He has the most viewed interview ever with Cat Williams. So just salute to Shannon Sharp. I like him.
Play it. Stop playing. Play it, because Sean Zattel was saying what we've been saying forever. He been saying what we've been saying forever. Hold on, y'all. Let me see if I can pull it up on YouTube. Because if I could pull it up on YouTube, hold up. Pull it up on the tube on my phone. Let me see. Yeah, I think we might be able to. I can finish it on my phone.
That thing was kind of hot. Ever in YouTube's history has provided a platform for a number of fighters to get the exposure that every fighter badly needs, that is sorely missing from the sport these days, whether it's Oscar De La Hoya, Clarissa Shields, David Benavidez, and Shakur Stevenson. You know, their back and forth helped Shakur Stevenson this week carry that momentum of signing with Zuffa. So it reminds me of Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith doesn't know shit about boxing, blah, 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 blah. And it's like Stephen A. Smith was one of the only national reporters in the 2000s on, quite frankly,
That was only
to talk about boxing, to talk about Bernard Hopkins versus Jermaine Taylor. And so I commend these guys for giving our sports some spotlight. And then everybody just wants to gatekeep on them and be boxing dorks. And I'm a boxing dork. So I can call out, I can call them boxing dorks. And so here's my pushback. A ad hominem attack, I learned, is a logical fallacy. Okay. So in other words, you present an argument, and instead of me disagreeing with your argument or your take, I attack you. So Sean, you tell me, Sean, Sean Z, I think this. And I go, well, you're just, you're this and that. You don't know shit about this. And
you're saying that's what Shakur did.
Yeah, you don't know shit about boxing or casual. Well, hold on now. Yeah. The thing he is touching on is he doesn't find your fights entertaining. Mm-hmm. And he's saying they leave something to be desired stylistically. That is the point of his argument. And also, I'll remind Shakur and everybody else going against Shannon, he said right after Shakur's shutout of Teofimo Lopez to win the lineal super lightweight title, great accomplishment. Mm-hmm. He said he's a great fighter. He's a great fighter. It's just I'm not interested in spending my money on that. So he isn't saying he sucks and he's saying he's a great talent. He's a great fighter, and he means that when he says it. Now, so when Shakur says he doesn't know shit about boxing, okay, it's funny, right? Like 3 or 4 days before they had their back and forth, I had Joseph Awignonia Jr. on my channel, the #1 ranked heavyweight amateur, right? And him and Roy Jones do a podcast together. Mm-hmm. And Roy Jones, I asked Roy, who should Joseph study? And he goes, Muhammad Ali, Lennox Lewis, Michael Dokes, Greg Page, Larry Holmes. He goes, I want him to study these fighters because these are fighters that knew how to put punches together in combination. And he goes, and you don't see that a lot in boxing these days. You don't see a lot of fighters trained to throw 5, 6, 7, 8 punch combinations. And he said, that is why, these are Roy Jones's words, that is why boxing is not as exciting today as it used to be. He said, only a select few fighters are doing that. He said, Jaron Ennis. He said, David Benavidez. He said, Naoya Inoue. And he said, Bam Rodriguez. And I'll add in spots, Bivol throws combinations. Beterbiev does. Emmanuel Navarrete does. So there's a few other guys that, but off top, he mentioned the big four. And that's Roy Jones. Roy Jones, you're going to say he doesn't know shit about boxing? Roy Jones is one of the greatest fighters of all time. Timothy Bradley on broadcast, a Hall of Famer, your broadcast partner, in various fights of Shakur. And he's also said nobody's beating Shakur. Roy Jones would probably say nobody's beating Shakur. But they also say that some of those fights were underwhelming performances, too. They left something to be desired, right? Andre Ward and Terrence Crawford, the minute he got out of the ring against Teofimo Lopez, they said you could have stopped him, right? Right. And of course, while being happy that he won, he dominated all of that. Right. That you could have stopped him. His own grandfather in the corner, double up that jab and then bring the left hand behind it and then start hooking off that jab. He's asking for more. Shakur in the early rounds is going, I'm going to stop him. I'm stronger than him. Okay, but you didn't. And it's funny. I had a back and forth with him respectfully when I said, you know, it was a masterclass in distance and all this, but it wasn't a masterpiece. Hopkins Trinidad beating the man up, combinations from all three ranges, swimming without getting wet. That's a masterpiece. Terrence Crawford mastering all three ranges, inside, outside, mid-range, combinations, dropping his man multiple times, finishing the job inside of 12, which Emmanuel Stewart, who was another guy who doesn't not know shit about boxing,
Right.
he said that's always the goal.
Right.
That's the complete job, the finishing touches, finishing the man inside of the distance. That's a professional execution, right?
Yeah.
So
now I was called a hater when I was like, yo, his judging defense, I mean his judging of distance is superb. But that's one part of defense. Like, is if you want to give him a 10, because we used to judge fighters back in the day, years ago. And everybody gave him a 10. I couldn't do it. I said, I can't give him a 10 or even a 9. I said, he don't stay in the pocket. And like, if somebody throw a combination at him, he's going to like lean to one side and like move his arms. Like them shits is going to hit him. They're not going to miss unless he back up. Like, it's other than that, like, where's the bobbing and weaving and all of that shit? But the facts of the matter, like the man in a few fights, and Tito Machado, that's why I played his interview earlier, right when I went live, because he said the same shit. Like when it came to Nakatilia, like he looked bad in that fight, and people can say, yeah, he beat Nakatilia ass, and yeah, I agree. As far as the fight is concerned, he whooped his ass, but he got out the ring and said he got hit with something he didn't like, and he couldn't pick it up. And Bud was asking him to pick it up. Andre Ward and Timothy Bradley commentated that fight, and they started talking bad about him. See, Shakur don't want to get hit. Go back and listen to them commentating Shakur Stevenson versus Nakatilia. Go back and listen to that shit. So that's what people are saying. Like, he's a great fighter, but yeah, it's a lot left on the plate, bro. It's a lot more to be desired every time you fight.
they all know boxing. Right. You can't say that about them like you did Shannon Sharp.
Right.
And I just think Shakur still has that. He's so sharp. He is a great fighter who nobody punch for punch right now. One throws it sharper than probably he does. Mm-hmm. People just want to see more of them. Yeah. You got Teofimo off balance, flailing, reaching inside. He can't touch you, and it's just step back, ping. Every now and then, a left hand, something. Even one highlight in the fourth round that his fans will show, like he hurt Teo. I rewatched the fight the other night. He hits him with a borderline shot that Harvey Dock tells him to keep up, and then he pushes off. That's the closest he came to wobbling Teofimo. And then when you watch it back in slow-mo, it's technically an illegal shot. It's a borderline shot followed by a little push-off. So they're just saying, hey, you're great, but there's something to be left more to desire. And I think that's good for Shakur because I think he could still have his best performances in front of him.
Couple things for me. Was at the shout out to Bobby Brown. I was at his show last night.
Listen to Sean Porter try to clean it up for Shakur's sake. Listen to this shit.
He did great, man. I love Bobby Brown, man. On and off the stage is an amazing human being. There was somebody from Philly there in the back room and asked me a couple boxing questions. Shakur, is he really that good? Is he really the real deal? I said he is, man. He is. Yeah, but you don't put. I said, problem is he ain't had nobody else gonna push him to do it yet.
Mm-hmm. Zepeda
did.
Right.
But also the style, right? So he knew that he could do with everything that he did against Zepeda. He's not gonna always be that with everybody else. We like that version of Shakur. But that's not his DNA. That's not his nature. His nature is defense, then offense. The beautiful part about it is his defense works, and then his offense works. You know what I mean? He's never defense, miss. You know what I mean? He's usually defense, got you. You know, so that's that give or take that you're gonna get with Shakur. But I said, I think that Devin Haney is someone who could push Shakur into being and doing everything that we would want.
Why him?
Need. Why Dev? Because Dev is gonna fight at a fast pace. Dev is going to try to control that range and that distance the same way that Shakur does. It's going to be a chess match, but neither of them, but Devin's offense is going to force Shakur to be more offensive. That's what I think.
And Gary Antoine, I think, would bring that element out too.
Yeah.
At a closer distance.
Gary Antoine, that fight to me is kind of like a fight with, I know you hate this, but a fight with me and Daniel Jacobs. Danny was a great boxer, and if he could keep it on the outside, he keep it on the outside all day and all night. I was forcing him to fight. Gary Antoine is definitely going to force Shakur to fight.
Oh, they were rumbling in the sparring clip. If you've ever seen the sparring clip of Shakur and Gary Antoine, that was beautiful from what Shakur was doing. He was he was swimming without getting wet.
And again, a lot of times, and that's why we say it's only sparring, because a lot of times we're a little bit more comfortable and we're willing to do things that we wouldn't rather do, So not to say that, anything. I'm just saying, he was definitely a little more comfortable or willing to go outside of who he usually is, because it don't matter. This is win lose. There's no win and loss here, So, but I got a message. Shout out to my man Larry Drummond, a member. The members, y'all get this, right? So make sure y'all sign up for that membership. He sent me a message, and I want to read this message because check this out. Man, I swear, boxing is so. I don't know if it's stingy or selfish or what. It's selfish because, like, you get hit too much. Or because we say, oh, you get hit too much. Or we want to see you box more. When you boxing, we want to see you slugging more. He said, boxing fans are selfish because whatever we don't see you do, for some reason, we want to see you do that. And that's my point to Shakur and my point to the fans out there. Get used to these fighters being who they are. These fighters are not going to change who they are because they're going to risk being something that they're not to please you. And in the process, risk losing a fight.
Now the problem with what this nigga is saying, bro, because in my opinion he contradicting himself, because he was just saying that, oh, I think Devin is going to push him. Oh, I think Gary Antoine Russell's going to make him fight. But you just sitting here saying he ain't going to do this and he's not going to do that because that's not who he is. Hold on. Oops. Hold
on. Risk losing a fight. And I just wanted to bring that to the attention to the fans right there real quick. Like, I understand what Shakur is saying, and I'm not going to shout at Shannon like you don't know shit about boxing. He's a well-rounded person who knows a lot about sports in general.
I mean, he did 4-hour-long interviews with several champions and thoroughly researched himself. I understand reciting statistics and facts isn't the same thing as having a great technical eye for the sweet science of the sport, but he's got to know something to know Sugar Ray Leonard and Thomas Hearns won titles in 5 different divisions.
Like that, like for real, a lot of man, people was letting Shakur live up until a certain time. When he started talking different, people was looking for that, and because he was hating on other fighters and contradicting himself, people, and the fact he did 100 interviews a year. Everybody is now saying that people are more people making boxing content, and it's obvious as fuck now. You can see it. That man be talking like he can do this and do that, be giving himself credit on small victories, in my opinion, because he's better than that. Like, it's not a big deal to me. You know what I mean? He be acting like this shit is like he's doing an impossible feat or something.
He's been watching boxing longer than people like me and Shakur have been alive.
Yeah. He said, at the end of the day, when you asking the boxer to slug or you asking the slugger to box, are you asking that fighter to win or to lose just to appease you? He said,
Now see, I don't understand why a lot of people, and let me say it like this. People use slugging or sluggers and not correctly, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Just say fight. Don't say slug. Because when you say slug, it puts a lot of people in the mind of staying there and throwing punches until one person can't. You know what I mean? Like you throwing haymakers kind of. Nah, we're not talking about that and lacking defense. We're talking about all of that. But it's a difference in between boxing and fighting. You could have just said fighting, bro. Because there ain't nobody asking Shakur to slug.
I get it, but it's like, come on now. Fighters can't
big dog.
They can't be everything you want them to be. They might be everything.
And that's great. There's nothing wrong with fighters being everything we want to be. Just don't act like it. It's a lot of fighters that's totally cool and comfortable with their style, and they won't act like a talk on the mic like they're going to do something else in the ring. They know exactly what they're going to do.
you want them to be, and then nothing at the end of the day.
I understand that point, but at the same time,
Shot the leg.
but at the same time, they are the pay. And it's funny. I started off calling the boxing dorks. Now I'm going to defend them. They are the paying public.
Yeah.
This shit ain't free.
Yeah.
It doesn't come on your free CBS already paid for cable program. It's not on Channel 3. A lot of these fights are expensive. The tickets and everything. You can't just tune in. The NBA Finals, right? My grandpa-in-law, my father-in-law, excuse me. He doesn't have cable, but he's got ABC. It's free. It's right there on the line. If he wanted to watch Canelo, he's going to have to spend as low as $60, as much as $100.
Right.
So that's going to come with some demand. Right. And if they feel like they're not getting this or that, then they're going to avoid. They're the paying public. They're the ones who line the pockets. And on a separate note, the pursuit of perfection is a real thing. Everybody wants everything. And I actually understand it because some fighters have actually fulfilled that. Roy Jones gave you the sweet boxing and then the first round knockout against Montel Griffin. How many fighters are doing that today? Giving you both at the same time.
Right.
And he was slick. And Muhammad Ali, he gave you the picture perfect Zora Foley, Sonny Liston, Jerry Quarry, didn't get touched through combinations, cut the other guy's face up, stopped them. He gave you that, and then he'd give you the knockdown slug out war with Joe Frazier, with Ken Norton. Sugar Ray Leonard, him and Tommy Hearns did box beautifully for 6 rounds. And then the fight broke out.
Right.
And then it became about dog and who's going to have more. So there are fighters who have shown you the boxing skill, the grit, the punching power, the combinations, the defense, all in one night. And if they didn't do it all in one night, one fight show you 3 or 4 of those things, then the next fight show you everything else you were missing in the last fight.
Right. There it is. There it is. But I did the best I could, y'all.
I did the best I could, y'all. He said I did the best I could, y'all. Like during the interview, during their video, Sean was like, "Man, the fight we seen versus Peter. We like that Shakur. You know what I mean? But you know damn well he's not gonna fight like that no more. He told us he's not gonna fight like that no more. You feel me? So what is that for us? Like that shit don't do nothing for the public. It don't do nothing for the fans and the people that really wanted to see him fight. Hold on, we're gonna. Let's see if we can finish it.
So I feel like he got real hate towards me for what.
All right, okay. All right. It's worth a try. It seemed like shit was over. All right, it was worth a try. But I got that. Hold up. I got you. Where's it at, though? Where's it at? Damn, it's loud. 36 minutes in. I'm gonna do it like this.
This nigga's pussy, with Lamar, it was all daps after the fight. It was all daps in between rounds. It was respect.
Salute Rick Timmons.
But Frank Martin, and you see in between rounds, he looking back at Frank Martin like, nigga, what? That just hit him as a person. Like that's his aura. Like so, I feel like he got real hate towards me for whatever reason. But like I said, the last time I seen him in person, it was after that Edgar situation on Twitter. Remember that I told you about? And I seen the nigga outside of a hotel. My cousin is there. Mind you, him and my cousin got into it. He done popped on my. It's not my cousin, but like he didn't pop. It's not that he popped on my cousin, but like they was going back and forth. Him and my cousin was going back and forth on some gambling shit. Like mind you, they in my crib. Javonte's in my crib. They in my house.
When he said, and he's saying the slang to make you think whatever the fuck you want to think about it. What do you mean he popped him? The fuck? And then said that he was going back and forth. Which one happened? Did he show a gun? Do you mean pop? Did he motherfucking just punch him in the face? Is that what you mean? Or were they only going back and forth? Which one was it?
But like it's him, it's just 2 photographers, and and some other nigga he used to be with Luck. Luck used to be with AB. I don't know if you know Luck. He did.
Yep.
So Luck is in the crib. We in the crib, they gambling. Javonte losing all his money. My cousin just killing him. So he like, nigga, you know how that shit go. You cheating and it ain't a 6. It hit the wall, whatever. They playing dice.
Javante tells my cousin, like, yo, we're gonna get into it. My cousin, like, all right, nigga, we're gonna get into it. Javante sneaking, boom. But Javante calculated, you're in the crib with all your mans, bro. Plus, you got your John on you. He got his gun on him, and he got in the crib with all his mans.
So why did you tell that story just now? You just made your man look soft. Just real talk. Why did you say that Javante snuck him and then move on and say he had all his mans in it? Okay, so your man did not do a damn thing about it. That's basically what you're saying. He didn't do a damn thing about the sneak. In my honest opinion, I don't know why people shoot dice with people they don't fucking know in the first place. There's no regulation to this shit. People die behind shooting dice. Real talk. But you saying that you shooting dice with Tank in his house and he's losing money, and you could tell that nigga start cheating. He said he started cheating. Oh well, nigga, that wasn't a 6. Oh yeah, I mean it hit the wall. How about, all right, bro, that's it. Let's call it a game, and I'm fucking leaving. People love being macho. So he knew he was in Tank Davis' crib with all the Tank Davis friends, and he was being macho. Bet.
Of course, you're gonna feel tough. You know, niggas ain't nothing gonna happen to you. Boom, they break it up, whatever, such and such. After that, I seen the nigga with my same cousin. We seen him outside of Pagola. I come up to him. But I'm telling my, like,
why you got a gun in his crib? That's just, the story don't make sense. Why is Tank in his crib with a bunch of all his friends with a gun on his waist like he out on the street shooting dice? What he's saying, I'm saying the man's story just don't add up. He's sitting in his house with a gun on his waist because it had to be. What do you mean he got a gun? So he had it on him while he was in his house around his friends, and he was shooting dice with your boy. It just, all right, bro. It just don't make good sense, man. It don't make good sense. Is Richardson crib? It was his house, Ash. Is Richardson crib? Yo.
I already squashed it with my cousin. My cousin, you feel me? Like, that could go elsewhere.
He said okay, so it does make it worse. So he was in your crib with a bunch of Tank friends, and bro, come on, bro.
It could go any type of way. It could go any. Like, you could have got sued one time. You could have got sued, or you could have got really dealt with. This nigga ain't got nothing to lose. But you feel me? But it's the only thing that stopped that is that my face is in between that, because something happened to Javante. He's like, Richardson, I got a whole career, so I don't want no.
Why are you bringing loose cannon? To me, you're a loose cannon. If a nigga say about another nigga that dude don't got nothing to lose, you a loose cannon to me. Anything might happen. The question is, Richardson, why are you sharing a foxhole with a man braver than yourself? Because ain't no goddamn way. You got a lot to lose, and why are you bringing them around Tank? Crazy.
Javante, and it come down on me. Now I got static on it shit down. This shit didn't even have to get here. It was
bro, you brung a nigga around Tank Davis that you knew wouldn't fuck with Tank, basically. Like, girl, come on now. This is starting shit 101. You want to see what will happen? I'm gonna get these two niggas in the room and see what happened.
Just playing dice. Y'all want to fight? All right, y'all stuff.
Bro, if this how you really feel and all of this other shit, bro, this your friend that you brung up, whatever. It's just y'all two dolo around all these other niggas, bro. If you knew that Tank was saying, oh well, you cheating, this, that, 6, so you should have ended the game. You should have been like, yo, I'm finna leave, dog. But you gonna stay here and catch a ride? Like, get that nigga excuse to leave. You understand what I'm saying?
I do a little scratch and leave it at that. Whatever. But I seen the nigga in front of the telly a few days before the Lamont fight. I'm pulling up. The nigga flinched at me. I laughed at him. He did some shit like that. I looked at him like, bro, what's up? Like, you good? You ready? You ready for Saturday? He like, yeah, I'm ready. He a little quiet, timid kid. I'm ready. I'm like, all right, cool. You gonna do your thing. You gonna beat Lamont. The next day, the nigga doing the press conference in a Barkley. He going on a thing. He going on a.
He said he's timid. He's timid. Is that what he's just trying to say? He's everything, bro. He bullies you. He calls you a bitch. He's been bullying you. I know that. Like, you've been basically snitching and saying he's been bullying you. He called you a bitch and all this shit. You said that he only a bully if you let a bully. him bully you and you saying that he was timid answering your question. Get the fuck out of here, bro. This is crazy.
On a press conference shit talking about I cracked Shakur and Richardson. Yeah, Richardson no, since Richardson want to be over there.
Nigga, he did crack you. I'm more than sure he did, yo. I seen that you spar. Everybody I seen you spar for real that has a name cracked you, yo. Keyshawn Davis cracked you. I'm more than sure Shakur cracked you. What are we talking about?
I said since Richardson want to be over there, what? So I already peeped, man. It was already weird. Like I'm like, oh, this shit not even about the egg. This shit, this nigga really, he probably really tight. I be with Shakur like that shit. Yeah, like Shakur like. Get him pissed. Me and this nigga been arguing like, yo, this nigga been screaming out his lungs about Shakur to me, Ben, since I can remember, bro. Since like 2019, I was telling nigga, yo, Shakur gonna be world champion with 11 fights. He's screaming, you don't know that. You don't know that. I'm like, bro, the nigga's nice. He's gonna be, cause you know, Shakur already telling me him and Jay Prince game plan. Like, yo, we're gonna fight this fight. Then my 11th fight, we're going for the championship.
Yeah, so he told you the game plan. Y'all are boxing brothers. That's what the fuck is going on.
The nigga screaming like, bro, you don't know that. He not that good. I'm like, bro, son nice. Like, but I always tell Tank, like, him and Shakur 50-50 fight. Like, I really still feel like that. Like, when it comes to the boxing shit, like, I feel like Tank is super talented. 50-50 at that time. Now, I don't know. After all these drugs and shit the nigga been doing, I don't know how his body is. The nigga don't even throw no punches in fights. You feel me? Niggas sit around, he lay on his back feet and wait to land a left hand. That's all he doing. Niggas is hip to that. You know about you gotta get in a bag, get in a gym and diverse your bag. Nigga, you got dumb rich having a strong left hand. The nigga got the same left hand as Deontay Wilder.
Man. Richardson Hitchens, yo, you're a train wreck, bro. You're a train wreck. He not Ryan Garcia. He knocked people out by body shots and with the right hook, bro. Like, what are you talking about? What are we talking about right now? And I'm gonna let you know this. When it comes to somebody, if somebody's on drugs, doing a bunch of drugs and shit, I'm not verbally. This right here ain't gonna. It's nothing to get into. That's what if I plan on saying the motherfuckers on a bunch of drugs, that's all that needs to be said. Why are you saying all this other shit? I don't believe you. I don't believe you, bro. And you need more people. I don't believe this nigga at all. Salute to ATX 41 Red in the building. He ain't got nothing. Nothing to lose while this nigga around you. Exactly, yo. And then you're gonna bring him around Tank. Y'all, you just wanted to see what the fuck was gonna happen if both these niggas get in the same room. And then you're gonna have them fight over money and play a game play dice and shit, roll dice. Get the fuck, bro. You part of the problem, Richardson.
They have the right hand, but bro, niggas is on to that. The levels go up. You see once the levels go up, niggas shot away. He went straight to them. He went straight to Lamar and tried to get Jake Paul fight. It did. No. Scratch that. Come in the fire now. You feel me? Go fight. Fight me. Fight Keyshawn. Fight niggas that can really fight. You feel me? Because I'm not saying he's gonna lose. He's a great fighter.
Richardson Hitchin, yo. You get your ass beat by Tank Davis, and you know it. You know that you can never beat him. That's why you on his shit so heavy. That's why you on him so. You saying you liked him strictly because of his boxing. You said that earlier in the interview. You ain't like nothing about this nigga. You just thought he was talented as a boxer. You ain't never beat him up. Ever. Facts. You ain't never beat this nigga up. That's why you don't have no resume. How you have a title, still don't have a resume? You talking about into the fire? Go fight somebody into the fire? Whole ass nigga. You just said that you was killing yourself to make weight at 140 because they told you need to be a title. You ain't gonna be shit in this sport. We're gonna keep giving you 5-6-figure paydays. That's what they told your ass. The people that told you, and you squeezed down a weight class instead of just being healthy. Stay healthy and fight at 147. You talk about staying in the fire, bitch. You never got in it. You was like, let me squeeze down to 140, and still took you years to get a fucking title. Good man. We're not even doing that. We're not doing that. You still don't got no punching power. Everybody that was fans of you is fans of Tank Davis. It's not really that many people that's fans of Richardson Hitchens. And now after this interview, you purple hat wearing motherfucker, you really not going to have a lot of fans. You better do real good in your next fight. And don't talk about Tank no more, because I think you've done enough. That shit, this is crazy.
He gonna lose. Facts. But I don't know about them other niggas. I don't know. I'm not just saying gonna lose, but nigga, that's where the comp is at. But that's just real shit.
Why do you think he has an issue with Shakur? I mean, I think you kind of hit the nail on the head. I feel like that's his problem with you.
Right.
Is your friendship with Shakur.
Right.
So, but it's really like, I feel like maybe you didn't even really do anything to him other than be tight with Shakur. So now he's kind of taking his hatred for Shakur out on you. But like why would he not like this? Weren't Shakur and Tank cool at one point, or at least friendly? I mean, I know Shakur helped him in a camp or two, right?
Yeah, they were friendly.
They was friendly, like I said. We pulled up to Baltimore 2017. You feel me? We pulled up to Baltimore. The first time he spotted him was like 2 a.m. The nigga, he fucking with us because he don't got no money at this time. This nigga about to fight for Draws like 75,000. Floyd is blackballing nigga, so he don't got no.
This nigga pocket watching, snitching every angle he can snitch at. Oh my god. Knitting snitches up. He just knitted a snitch sweater and told us about. Put that shit on and start talking. What? He only made such and such for that fight. Man, you know what? Floyd was blackballed. God damn. What Floyd do to you, though? Huh? Because you ain't fight for years up under Floyd banner. For real. Money team wasn't giving you no money either. And all that does is prove what Tank was saying, that Floyd wanted him to lose when they put that Pedraza fight on the table. I know you probably didn't want to help Tank, but you did when you made that comment.
No breath for sparring. He can't fly niggas and none of that. He got me and Shakur. He got an orthodox and a southpaw. You know, Pedraza switches. You feel me? Got pressure fighters like Pedraza, but he still got niggas that's willing to give him round. And niggas sparring 4-minute rounds. He doing 10 minutes straight. He doing 40 minutes with this shit. You know how Floyd used to train box 10 minutes straight. So he down doing all the little Floyd stupid shit. We with all the antics for free. So he backing me and Shakur. You feel me?
Bro, why is he talking like he's the one giving game? Y'all went, bro, I'm telling you, yo. Nobody do nothing for free if it's not beneficiary to them. You understand what I'm saying? The benefit was y'all working with that nigga. Y'all wasn't shit. If you saying that Tank wasn't shit, who the fuck was Richardson, Hitchens, and Shakur Stevenson at that time? Before Tank fought Pedraza in 2017. Y'all wasn't shit. What are you talking about? Y'all acting like y'all was the top sparring. Y'all wasn't shit. Y'all went over there to help yourselves. A lot of time people camouflage helping themselves and they be acting like, oh no, man, I'm doing you a favor, bro. You're doing yourself a favor too. Let's not get that shit twisted.
On interviews saying me and Shakur is next up. They definitely gonna be world champion 2017. I got videos of the nigga like he fucking with us. You feel me? He forever like
facts, yo. And you mad that he wanted to do 10 rounds instead of 4? Pink lip ass nigga.
He was grateful at that time for that. But it started getting weird when Shakur turned pro. You know, Shakur was always on some like, yo, me and Tank, we gonna be the biggest fight in boxing. Like, we 2 rock stars. You know how Shakur talk, yo. We're gonna be the biggest fight. So he still talk like that. Tank wasn't jacking it. Tank wanted Shakur to be on some like, this is big bro. I think that's how I feel Tank wanted him to be. Shakur's like, nah, nigga, move up. Nigga, I'm a big man like you. Like, nigga.
Move up? Did that sound familiar, you guys? Shakur was like, no, move up. He was telling Tank to move up. Hold up. Say that again, you loudmouth witch.
Tank wanted Shakur to be on some like, this is big bro. I think that's how I feel Tank wanted him to be. Shakur's like, nah, nigga, move up. Nigga, I'm a big man like you. Like, nigga, we gonna
move up. He's breaking. He's stopping himself from snitching, from saying certain stuff. So Shakur wanted Tank to be part of the Boxing Brothers. He wanted, just like Bill said, yo, when it get too high, we plan on moving up. But Shakur wanted Tank to do the same shit. Shakur wanted Tank to move up so he can get big.
Fight. What's up? We're gonna be the biggest fight. Ed been animosity.
That's what it is. It's about him getting a certain type of standard in this box, a certain type of leeway on a certain type of level, so he can, when he do challenge and try to fight Tank, he won't be B-side and get whatever. He's trying to get 50-50 like everybody. I'm trying to tell you for years. Shakur and Devin won 50-50. That's why the fight ain't gonna happen.
That's why I told you, like, we was arguing. Me and Tank would start arguing for Shakur win a world title. 2019 come. This is right before Shakur.
Now that's what I'm saying. If you friends with a nigga that was giving you shit, helping you shit, pay for shit, all this other shit, you friends with a nigga, and you know a certain nigga that you friends with bothers him, gets him upset, why the fuck you keep doing this? You doing this on purpose. Like, have y'all ever been friends with somebody and that person you was friends with did not like another person that you was friends with? I know every woman have that. Have y'all had that? Let's say friend, there's friend A and friend B. Okay? You and friend A and B is cool, but friend A do not like friend B. You understand me? And it's obvious as shit. What I'm not gonna do is keep talking to friend A about friend B every time I get around that motherfucker. That's what I'm not going to do. Because we're friends too. And I know you got friends, you got problems with this motherfucker. And that's how you do it without being childish. All you got to do is act like that person really don't exist. Because your friend ain't going to talk about the person that they don't like. But if you bring that motherfucker up, don't act like something nice is going to come out of your friend's mouth because you already know what it is. You're doing this shit. It's like you're poking the bear.
He fought for the title. You know, right before he fought for the 126 title. The nigga popping. We got.
Oh my God, this guy, y'all. Oh my goodness. I can't stand this dude, bro.
Was Tank at 130 when he fought in Baltimore? That Nunes kid, whatever. Was that 130?
I think that was at 130. I think
So,
it was at 130.
Oh, you know, Tank already feeling weird. Like, 4 pounds away from me. He already not jacking him. You feel me, man? He not jacking him. So we're in Houston.
So Tank ain't supposed to jack Shakur. Y'all be jacking Shakur. How he gonna jack a little nigga? He younger than him. He was at a smaller weight class. Didn't have more money than him. For what? Why would he jack Shakur? For what? He don't even want to be in the same weight class as Tank right now. He trying to get his weight up.
You know, Shakur just was like, you know, in Houston at the time.
Well, Shakur didn't want to be in the same weight class as Tank. He was trying to get his weight up. So y'all can be the biggest fight in the future, down the line.
He was living there, but he was there. We're in Houston. Me and Javante in Houston. I make them niggas link up. We in a bowling alley. I tell me, link up. Like, yo, yeah, you know, like we link up. They go squash, they beef. Everything was cool. I got videos of all of us in the room. Just me, Tank. But Tank was already on some, like, you could tell he don't want to be around. He not jacking Shakur, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
he's laughing. Maybe this was you thought that shit was funny. That's why you kept talking about that nigga and trying to be like, bro, you thought that shit was funny. And you acting like Tank is being a hater or he's being this type of way or that type of way. Bro, he's keeping it real. He don't like that nigga. He's keeping it real.
Too much talking. Like, we were down there in Houston. Shakur fuck down there. The next day, she was on Tank dick. Tank didn't even want to fuck the bitch because she fucked Shakur. Like,
good. Y'all should be on the same shit. Why y'all like, and that's the problem. Y'all men, especially in y'all in the same clip, why y'all like sharing women? Y'all like passing the same girl around. Why would he want to? If he found out that this girl just did something else with another boxer, why would he want to? Boys do what they want, men do what they can. I mean, boys do what they can and men do what they want, y'all. Like, it's y'all, he didn't have to get none from her, so he didn't.
I swear to God, he's like, yo, this bitch, she fucked Shakur, get this bitch out of here. Like, he wasn't even trying to touch the bitch no more. Like, he really did. You can tell he don't jack Shakur, like,
right.
So, Yeah, like it was cool that I remember 20.
That's crazy, yo. And he think it's some weird shit, yo. That's a moral I've been talking about years ago on the liquor spot, bro. I don't date or talk to nobody that's been with a friend of mine or a family member of mine. That's one of my morals. I done broke a lot of hearts when I found out. You did what? Nah, yeah. This is the last time. You should just lose my number. This is the last time we ever go on a date. I see y'all like that shit. Don't matter. Damn.
20 came, the nigga was in a gym, getting ready for Leo. Remember him and Keyshawn and Shakur took that picture.
Mm-hmm.
It was always weird shit. Like even when they came to my fight when I fought Kevin Johnson, we was in the sprinter bus after that. Them niggas was arguing. I'm the best. So Tank saying, nah, nigga, I'm the best. I'm the most complete fighter in this shit. They're going back and forth. It was little friendly shit, but whole time that shit not friendly with Tank. Tank really don't like Shakur. Like Shakur on some kiki boxing. I'm outpoint you. Tank like nigga, I don't like you. Like Tank take this boxing shit like fuck. He just take everything personal. That's the type of nigga. He emotional. So yeah, like I don't know. I feel like he stopped being friendly from 2017, bro. To be honest, like before when Shakur was amateurs and coming out the Olympics and helping the nigga out, everything was cool. But after that, nah, that shit. Tank won't jacking him. Tank was on some weird shit with the nigga. Now it's like they can really fight. Tank hate the nigga now. It's openly. It ain't even no funny. Ain't no buddy, none of that. But the nigga Shakur went to Tank locker room before Rolly. Remember they took the picture?
Yeah.
Yeah, he took the picture, so I don't know. Tank should have punched him there if he felt the way. He took all this crazy shit. He should have punched him.
Right.
Talking about Jay Prince, Shakur got people behind him, and nigga, you a bad man. Like punch the nigga. So you threatening to do this to me? Are you scared of Jay Prince? Why are you so scared of Jay? Nigga, Shakur's old man. You ain't punching Jay. Go do something to Shakur.
Yo, what is this nigga talking about?
The fuck?
Light skin on light skin crime.
I don't know what that shit about.
And after all of that, gonna say you don't know what it's about. Shit, it sounds like you probably know a lot, or you just talking shit this whole time. You must know something. All the shit that you was talking this whole time. Jeez, bro. And this real quick, man. Let me find out now, y'all. I've been said this. Well, let me tell. What's his name? Antonio the Lips Tarver been said this, bro. He said Devin Haney don't punch properly. You feel me? Look at this. He's finally punching. Shout out to whatchamacallit, because I know he did it. James Toney. Shout out to James Toney for teaching Devin Haney how to punch correctly. Because damn it, it looked like you got some pop. It looked like he got some pop, yo. Yeah, he hasn't jabbed though. Did you fix your jab also? Yeah. Okay, I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that, Devin. I'm not mad at that at all. He don't sit down on nothing. Yeah, it's all about speed and trying to get his defense back. That's what he needs to sit down on some shit, yo. He punching as hard as he is. He not doing that shit in fight. I'm telling you, he been working with James Toney for a little minute. I've been seeing little clips. James Toney is teaching his ass how to throw a punch correctly. I know it. I know it's you can barely understand, cuz I know what he's doing. He's teaching his ass movement and rotating them shoulders And I can see a little difference in the way you was throwing them damn hooks just now. Look nice. It looks nice. Very nice. Very nice. Now I see EJ fight moved to 160. I don't got much to say about that. A lot of people got a lot to say about it. The man look in shape, yeah, and all of that, but he's not trying to drain himself if he got 1 foot in and 1 foot out. He's trying to see how it look, how it feel, if he wants to continue boxing or not. He shouldn't drain himself down, especially if he has an opportunity to move the weight around without it being too much of a fuss. He should move it around. Now I seen an interview, Paulie Malignaglia, whatever his name is. Paulie called out AB for a rematch. And I like it. Paulie will beat AB's ass, in my opinion, because Paulie been fighting this whole time. He hasn't been doing what AB's been doing for all of these years. He's been fighting bare knuckle and all of this shit. But if you want to name fight, want to make some money, man, I think people will come out and watch that. I think people will come out and watch AB versus Paulie. Yo, maybe it might not be a bad look. Unbelievable shit this boy is spitting. The boy's hurt feelings and envy. Yeah, envy's crazy, yo. The particular heavy bag is designed to sound like that. Oh, okay. Excuse me, bet. Diego Pachenko is supposed to fight today, right? Diego Pachenko is fighting Aleem. I think he's gonna beat Aleem. If he struggles with Aleem, Diego ain't who I think he is, and he's probably declining and not getting better. Honestly, Aleem got 4 losses. That's not to say much, but I feel like he should stop Aleem because he has a 9-inch reach advantage. Diego Pachenko got a 9-inch reach advantage. Now I know his problem is using his reach. That's his problem. He don't really use his reach the way he's supposed to. But you should stop. You should stop him. I'm sorry. You should. That's just my opinion. Paulie still ain't beating AB. Fuck Paulie. I wouldn't give his racist ass a payday. Yo, he probably do it though. AB should jump on it. Paulie throwing AB a lifeline. Jump on it. Yo, the way AB is, AB will fuck with anybody to get some bread, yo, to be for real. I don't fuck with Paulie. I've never liked Paulie. I really didn't like the Magic Man's fight style, none of that shit. Like it was all kind of like, cheesy in my opinion. Like he ain't had the power, he could never hurt nobody. It was always a long look. It was always a 12-round fight. You feel me? Paulie shit on all the top black fighters. Now you asking for a handout. Fuck out of here. That's facts, yo. That's a fact. That's facts. All right. I think I heard this on KO's channel. Shout out to KO. He said Andy Cruz was thinking about moving down and weight to 130. Now I know what Andy said. I think he's 30 or 30-some years old or whatever. But the man still only got like 8 fights or some shit like that. I know he got a loss, but you went up with 6 fights or some shit and fought a champion that wasn't a cakewalk. Like I was surprised that they even let you get that fast. You feel what I'm saying? But it was time. Like you got moved up the rankings pretty fast. You look good, but you didn't come out with the victory. And I feel as though he's not going to want to wait all these years or take all the time it's going to take for him to get a title. And if that's his dream before he get out or get too old or feel too old boxing, he's planning on moving down, but it's not a warrior spirit in my opinion. Not a warrior spirit. Salute to the messenger in the building. It's been a minute. Hope you've been great. You hear me? Peace and blessings to you, messenger. Gratitude to the channel and chat. Definitely appreciate you. No power at all. Paulie ain't throwing AB-ish. Oh. Man, Andy, okay. I mean, not Andy, but Eddie Hearn thinks that Andy Ruiz can beat Ejik Caballero at heavyweight. I don't know why the fuck he's pushing this and keep saying it or whatever. I think he can beat this and beat that. He's one of the best heavyweight. No, he is not. Until he actually fights somebody of substance around his damn age and he actually look good in the fight. No, I can't back that assumption. No. Andy Ruiz hasn't been who he's supposed to be and fight the way he's supposed to fight in years. My guy, I can't back that at all. Ejik Caballero is that guy. Stop trying to slide people in front of Gabrielle to save dude, bro. Give him the title or have him fight for it, bro. For real. I'm behind the Jit Gabrielle on this one. For real. It was something that why I wrote this. I can't remember why exactly I wrote it. But Shakur Stevenson been saying that he's been in control of his career for the last 10 years. He's been saying that, or he's been trying to he's trying to imply that to the fans that he can fight whomever he wants. Now he said signing with Zuffa has given him a restart. He's given him a fresh start. So he's got the same talking. He just started talking again. You know what I'm saying? He started saying the same shit over and over and over again. I know a lot of people are talking about, oh well, Shakur said that he can fight anybody he wants now that he on Zuffa. Man, he don't fucking know that. And everybody that talks about Shakur Stevenson fighting anybody on Zuffa brings up Ryo. And Shakur Stevenson is saying, no, I don't see me fight Ryo because you don't think that he's up to your standards. But who you gonna fight? Ghostbusters? Like, for real. You're gonna have to fight somebody. And whoever they tell you to fight, you're gonna fight. I don't know why. I don't know what people really like. He's been saying that he's in control of his career and he can fight whoever he wants for years. He's only really got two names that he's asked for and actually really fought him. One of them's Valdez and now Tio. Like everybody else, like he called out a lot of people one fight, a lot of people, those fights never happened. They didn't happen for real. So it is what it is. Eddie Hearn, I don't even know if I don't even want to play it. Matter of fact, I do have time. I probably have time to play it. But real quick, Ryan Garcia versus Conor Ben, again, official. I would like to say I think Ryan Garcia is going to whoop his ass. And I think Conor after this should be motherfucking done. Okay. I know he got a contract to fight for a couple fights on Zuffa. He's finna have a couple of L's. Like I don't think Conor Ben is as good as the people in the UK or Eddie Hearn or anybody was trying to portray. Like I don't see him beating Ryan at all. If he can come out and do something with Ryan, man, and everybody got to relook at Conor Ben, but I don't see it. I don't see it at all. Started talking as soon as he knew he couldn't fight nobody. If he can fight anybody, fight Shock. Thanks. Hold on. There's one more video before I get on. It's about the storm again. We're going to get through this last little interview. I'm going to get on about the way. Hold on. Where is that?
Most people are too lazy to do this, but it saves homeowners a fortune.
I think Devin Haney's in a brilliant position now because with the money that they're paying for Cook, they can't afford to make a small commercial fight, right? And Shakur's deal is the money's the money. He'll fight anyone, but they've got to provide the fights. So Zuffa really need Devin Haney right now. And actually, he was very close to signing him. I think he probably will, but he's in a great negotiating position because if Devin Haney don't sign with Zuffa and doesn't sign to fight Shakur Stevenson, my question to you guys, who's he going to fight? Rayo Valenzuela? Don't get me wrong, it's not a terrible fight, but it ain't worth the money they're paying, and they'll know that. So Devin right now probably has, Dana White balls in his hands, where it's like, pay me to fight Shakur because it's like the cart before the horse. You signed him to fight me. You ain't got me. But listen, maybe it's already done. But if it's not, I'd like to manage Devin in this situation. We can't do that because there's a very special thing called the Muhammad Ali Act, where promoters can't manage fighters. I'll tell you what, if I was Devin Haney right now, I'd be raiding the Zuffa bank, saying, pay me the money, baby.
If you're going to get the Ali Act changed, how do you think that affects their business? If they can't get that over the line?
Now, that's what I was saying. It's so much bullshit being tossed around. It's kind of hard to keep your eye on what's really the truth in this whole situation. But I can't seem to forget how it started. It started out with them saying that Zuffa was going to sign. I mean that Devin wanted to fight both Shakur and Keyshawn Davis, but yet they were saying that Zuffa wanted to sign. Bill was saying that Zuffa wanted to sign Devin, and people was already talking for months about Zuffa wanting to sign Shakur Stevenson. No, this is what's factual. These are the things that actually happened. I don't know how much truth it is of Bill and these people saying these things, but these are the things that was said. And for a week or 2 weeks, everybody that has a channel, everybody that creates content about boxing has been saying, who is Shakur going to fight? Is it going to be Rayo? Is it? And Shakur is the only person that's saying it's not. But him saying it's not doesn't mean he ain't going to fight him. That just means he preferred not to fight. But when we look at the people at the weight class, if they don't have 140, then they have 135. And that's where Raul fights at. Now, earlier, when we were listening to Richardson Hitchens, he was talking about him fighting a number of different people, including Elvis Rodriguez. And I don't think they're signed to Zuffa. So it's possible for them to get fights, if it is possible, because those fights didn't happen. And he got the guy Salas that he's fighting. If it's possible for them to make fights, or maybe because, like, if I was a fighter and y'all wanted me to fight somebody on y'all shit that was on Zuffa and I'm not on Zuffa, because I know y'all need me more than I need you, I am going to hike up my price. And because I know you paid Conor Ben $15 million and y'all throwing away around money like that, I'm going to check up the price. And because Devin and Bill is who they are, and I've been saying, if Devin drops his title without fighting Keyshawn Davis and without a Zuffa announcement, that shit is going to be wild. That shit's going to be real crazy. We've yet to find out what's going to happen, ladies and gentlemen. This storm's about to come back up. Been on here for damn near 2 hours and a half. I'm tired. I was tired 30 minutes before I went live. And I needed something to eat. Salute to Felix Nunez in the building. Salute to everybody that came in here. Hit the like button on the way out. For everybody hearing my voice on the playback. I'm going to try to, matter of fact, no, I have something to do. I'm going to try to actually be here consistently every Saturday at 3 p.m. Now that I got what I needed to do done. It's a couple other things I need to do. But I should be here every Saturday. Hopefully y'all will hear me or see me more on this YouTube app. But everybody that's hearing this on the replay, please hit that like button, man. And I will see y'all next time. Peace, love.